Sorry. Good morning, Chips. Good morning, Chips. It's fishing time. Guys, I napped. It was a dangerous nap. It was so dangerous because I woke up at 9:58 p.m. I start stream at 10 p.m. It was a true danger nap. Danger nap is very strong. The seat demons are defeated. No, so you know the demons who like keep me trapped in bed. I think they're attached to my bed in Japan. Those demons that are like, I think they come from the mattress. I think they're mattress demons. Those mattress demons are strong. They've got hands. Like they're more muscular than I am. So, and oh, I miss my bed in Japan. I really do. That mattress. That mattress, I think, was really cheap. I think it was like 4,000 yen, 5,000 yen, maybe 8,000 yen. It was super, super cheap. But it's the most comfortable mattress I've ever slept on in my entire life. I don't know, Japanese mattress technology is just too good. You wonder who the title's referring to? The tallest, strongest, smartest. I wanted to put like the more adjectives, but I couldn't fit. I was gonna put the most muscular, the most intelligent, the most, you know, the most charismatic, the most intellectual. I'm talking about myself, obviously. But I'm not gonna say it because I'm humbled. I'm never gonna actually, you know, say it's me. But you can infer that, right? Oh, nap's dangerous. When you take the nap right before you need to stream, yes, I napped for an hour and a half. That was a really dangerous nap. Sounds like it's napping time. Yeah, I want to go back to sleep, but you know, would you guys let me go back to sleep? Good yawning, fish. Good yawning, Chips. It's fishing time. Well, the word yawn was the activation word. I don't know why it's so hot right now. It's humid. It's humidity. It's only 11 degrees, but it feels so hot here. Sounding a little rough around the edges, Chief. A little under the weather too? No, I just woke up. This is what I just sound like after I wake up. I just get lots of vocal fry. Hold on. Oh god, I don't have a tissue. Give me a second, guys. Be right back. Sorry about that, I'm back. There was a creature on the wall, which I had to eliminate. Just didn't have a tissue to eliminate it with. 2 layers of mattress potatoes, the demons can't get me. I don't know what it is about my mattress in Japan. It's just such a comfortable mattress. Did you catch fish? No, so I think I must have like protected myself with a copious amounts of lemon and ginger tea with honey. I stuck the premium single origin honey in it, so I think that's what that's what the magic ingredient was. I always oversleep when napping. Me too. I'm not very good at waking up to an alarm because it makes me want to blow my brains out. Sorry, that wasn't too much in Minecraft, of course. Apex Legends, actually. Naps are not good. Naps are not good. I need 10 hours sleeps. Think Japan is real. Okay, I will glaze the mattresses in Japan because they're actually good. At least the one I have is genuinely an amazing product. Like, I've not slept on you know, a mattress that comfortable, and especially for how much I paid for it. I think it was really cheap. Because I remember checking the price before I left Japan, thinking like, how am I going to survive? Like, if I move back to the UK, I need to somehow move my mattress with me. Nicest tummy should be added to glaze. What are you looking at my tummy, huh? Beans, thank you for the super chat. You can have 1 more hour as a treat. No, I can't nap for just a single hour. Not just a single hour. It's only going to get hotter this week. It's only 11 degrees apparently right now, but I'm literally like about like it's so sweaty right now in my room. It's very humid. I think it's because it's about to rain. I think it's about to rain. It's probably why it's so humid right now. It's summer. Not here, Maho. I think yes in Japan. Not here though. Chilly as anything here. I got my halogen heater on. Really? It's very hot in my room. London humidified? Yeah, I think it is the humidity. UK, Japan, no, I think it's because it's about to rain. It's about to rain. So the London black dust increasing the heat. I need to buy that. I need to buy the what's it called? I need to buy the I need to buy it. I need to buy the air purifier. That was me, bro. What the hell? Why are you on my wall, Skid? You freak. Daddy Longlegs. I've actually not seen a single Daddy Longlegs since I've been back. Leviathan immune system can't be beat. I think, you know what? Japan must have toughened me up. I would have fallen at this point. If this was the old me, the old British me, I would have fallen by now. I would have been in hospital. I must have grown stronger. Thank you so much, Aiden. Thank you for joining the Overclock Memberships. Hey, don't join. You need to save your money, mister. You don't need to become an Overclock chip. You got Fish Bros mattress? That mattress is long gone. That mattress was given to the council to dispose of. That was taken away by the council 2 months ago. So you pay the council money and they come and collect your oversized rubbish and then they throw it away for you. They don't do it for free. Even though you pay council tax, they don't do it for free. Your room feels like a sauna. Mine's feeling like a sauna right now. 32 degrees today? Oh yeah, you know Futa-kun, the red panda? He had to be kept inside. He wasn't allowed outside. It was too hot for the poor old man. Poor old man, red panda. The black air is blocking her neurons. I was telling my stepdad about how dirty this flat always gets and how it makes me miserable. Because every day, if I don't mop, if I don't sweep, if I don't wipe down every surface, it just builds up and it's so disgusting. I want a proper futon and a proper tatami. I feel like it'd be the perfect firmness. I just can't sleep on the floor. Even on tatami, it's too hard for me. Am I in Britain? I don't know, are you? Why are you on my wall, Skit? You freak shit out of their own. Shut up. Fish Bros mattress was a biohazard. Let's not talk about Fish Bros mattress. Thank you so much for this super chat. The old man even has AC and it's too hot. No, the AC's inside, so he's relaxing in his little AC. Because did you see all his little bed? It's like a little baby bed for him to rest on. And yeah, the red pandas, because red pandas are made for very cold climates. I say made, I mean they're animals who come from the snowy mountains. So they are used, that's why they have such thick coats, and they have an undercoat as well, because that's made for them to like keep their body temperature high, because they're from the snowy mountains. So even when they're babies, they're born fully furred. They've got their undercoat, like thick, dense grey fur. So Japan's climates are just way too hot and humid for them. So they have their little indoor enclosures with aircon to keep them cool. Isn't that so cute? Why must Britain be so suit covered? It's not like a whole UK thing. It's just the area I live in. Because even I was talking to Ocean about this as well. I saw her today. They're hanging out today. A certain area she was living in, which was actually quite close to where I'm living right now. So I'm assuming it's this end of London. So she was living someplace quite close to where I'm living now, and she said she had the exact same problem. So I'm assuming it must be this end of London. And again, remember, it's my first time in this part of London, and well, once I'm gone, I'm not coming back. You couldn't pay me to come back here. Anyway, this place is just particularly very, very dirty. Oh, and she lived in another part of London before that as well. And that part of London was like a newly industrialized part, I guess. And that place also had very thick, black, sooty, like dust. YouTube put me in British service, bro. Aw, this baby's first British VTuber. Maha, thank you so much for the gifted membership. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Maho, save your yen, you poor thing. I give him free AC. Wait, what about me? What about me? Where's my free AC? Give him free AC. You mean me, right? You mean me? You're gonna give me free AC, right? That's what you meant. Wait, God, where is it? Where is it? Where's my... Me? You're gonna give me AC? For free? Me? Okay, I'm being dragged to play games with friends. I'll be back later. Alright, enjoy your games, Skit. If they're built for cold weather, yeah, these poor babies burning in Japan. No, to be fair, they also burn in China as well, because they're kept in the zoos and the hot places. Free fish AC? For me? Only the cute OGs should have free AC. What do you mean? Why can't I have free AC? Why do the red pandas get priority? If you think about it, I'm kind of like a red panda. I like apples. I'm just allergic to them, but I still like apples. I have lots of hair. They have lots of fur. Are you an OG? I'm an unk, yes. I'm literally an unk. Don't you guys call me unkfish all the time? I'm an unk. You know, I like apples. I deserve free AC too. They're too small to take care of themselves. You're big and strong. You know what? You're right, Pretty. Good point. Good point. I'm very large and strong and muscular and intelligent and smart and big and tall and smart. Okay, you became Oshi to the Oji. I allergic to all the things red pandas like. I don't know, I've never tried to eat bamboo leaves. I don't know if I'm allergic to those, but... oh, wait, I'm allergic to carrots now. Like raw ones. Oh, speaking of fruit, Ocean and I discovered exotic fruits today. So let me tell you about my day. You guys want to know about my day today, don't you? Who wants to know about my day? Put your hand up. That's like a class. Put your hand up, children. Who wants to hear about Fishy's day? Carrot allergy makes me so sad. It makes me so sad because I used to love eating raw carrots. I just like the crunchy noise, but I also like the flavor of raw carrots. the texture and the flavor. And I was most upset to discover that I'm now allergic to carrots, like raw ones. But I don't like cooked carrots. They don't taste the same. Me, I want to hear the story. Me. Okay, firstly, hold on. Let me think. Looks like Fish has a talking stick. I guess I never spoke to you properly since. Okay, I met Ocean. Let me talk about my last Saturday. We need the Ocean update. You do need the Ocean update. So last Saturday, so Ocean's back temporarily in the UK just to like see her family and stuff. And I met up with her last Saturday. Now I picked a great day. To meet Ocean last Saturday because, you know, we met at Central, and I noticed lots of pleasant people with flags around their shoulders like a cape, like they're crusaders. Now I was very confused because there's two types of flags in the UK, right? There's a St. George's flag and there's a Union Jack. Now, one of the flags is heavily associated with racism. Let's just say racism. I don't think there's any other way to put this. Now, I do love your raw carrots. Cooks are too sweet. I agree. That's why I don't like cooked carrots. It's too sweet. I just want to have it raw. Anyway, going back to what I was saying. So I saw lots of people wearing the Union Jack, and I thought, oh, that's odd. Why are they all wearing the Union Jack like a flag? I mean, like a cape. And I was just very confused because that's not the flag that's commonly associated with a certain movement. the one that they usually use for a certain movement is the England flag. So that's the St. George's flag. But they were wearing the Union Jack, and I was like, oh, are they being particularly patriotic today? Is a football? Is England playing? Wait, no, if it was England playing, they'd be using the St. George's flag. Like, what's going on? And then I heard it. I heard them saying phrases, not very nice things. They were saying things about our current Prime Minister and not very nice things about him. Yes, they were chanting things, and I was like, oh, what are they saying? Oh, okay, that's not a very nice thing to say. And then I was talking to Ocean about it. I was like, Ocean, I wonder why today's so busy in Central. What are all these flags? She's like, oh, maybe the football's on. I was like, no, Ocean, I don't think this is to do with football. And we walked past a particularly lovely gentleman who was screaming on the top of his voice, beep, beep is a beep. And I was like, Ocean, did you hear that? She's like, what? I was like, he just said beep, beep is a beep. She's like, that's what he said? I was like, did you hear it? And then we walked past a pub which was like teeming with a lot of these flag wearers, and they were all chanting it. And she's like, oh yeah, okay, I can hear what they're saying now. Anyway, yeah, I picked a great day to meet Ocean last Saturday. I did not know there was a certain march happening, organised by a certain controversial figure. Yeah, so that was a great day to pick. Had I known there was going to be some sort of march and movement going on last Saturday, I wouldn't have picked that spot that day to go out. And did you spot Gaza? Gaza at the pub. I wasn't looking. There was a lot of Gazas. At least it made for good conversation. We generally just felt kind of unsafe. It feels scary when there's a lot of like aggressive men stomping around screaming. It feels quite like scary, and I don't like being around those sorts of people. That's how you spell Gaza? No, the way you spell Gaza is the correct way, Mr. Fly. But yeah, it did feel very scary. Probably drunk. Yes, all day drinking as well. And also, like, well, you know, Ocean is actually half Chinese. She doesn't, I don't know, she looks mixed, but she also looks very white. So it's not like she would have been in danger, but like these sort of marches, how do I say it? They're for a certain demographic. Like Molly, yeah. So actually, Ocean's like heritage is quite interesting. Like her grandparents moved to the UK when they were in their very, very early 20s. So her grandparents are like completely fluent in English and just they're basically English. And her mum was born and raised in the UK. So her mom's is basically completely English, just Chinese. And then her dad is just English. So she's mixed, but I guess she doesn't really like have any sort of like Chinese culture in her background because of like, you know, what was it? She's second generation, is that what it is? Yeah, so she can't speak Chinese or anything. I think she has a Chinese name, I think, that because of her grandma, but like, you know, she's just completely it's like in the middle, her middle name. I think she might have a Chinese name, but yeah, she's completely like English. In fact, her name is completely English too. She doesn't have like her first and her last name are just completely English as well. But yeah, it's still, I don't know, it must feel very, you know, there's lots of people, right, who are born and raised in the UK, but they're still treated as outsiders because, I don't know, the shape of their eyes or color of their skin or whatever. And I don't know, it must feel really bad, right? And this actually happens in a lot of countries as well. Like for example, it's a very similar thing happening in Japan at the moment, where there's a very strong anti-foreigner movement going on. And there are people who were born and raised in Japan who are like foreign in like by heritage, I guess. But they're Japanese because they're born and raised there, right? The US. Okay. The US is literally made up of immigrants. That's your Native American. I'm sorry, but the US is literally made up of people who are immigrants. So people, everyone in that case is American. I mean, because, you know, there's a mixed background in the first place. That's why the US is even more silly. It's just so silly. Whereas, you know, in Japan, they have their like whole history of like, you know, the three kingdoms and everything. So I guess they can be like, yeah, well, you know, we were the people of Wa, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, they have a bit more, like, what's the word? They have a bit more, like history to it, whereas the US doesn't have that history. When she met her current boyfriend, she thought he was mixed. He thought he was French. And basically the same situation as Ocean. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of like half like East Asian or like Southeast Asian and half like white, I can only say. And they look very racially ambiguous. Like it's really hard to tell. Like you can tell they just look kind of like different, but they're not. You can't really tell exactly you know what. And Ocean is gorgeous, by the way. I want to say this. Ocean is absolutely beautiful. She really lucked out. Like, I mean, I've seen like some mixed race people who weren't like, you know, actually, to be honest, most mixed race people I feel are very, very good looking. But Ocean, she's like really, really, really cute and pretty. So she's, you know, she got really lucky. Fish さん質問。日本に行った時はハンコを持っていましたか？もちろん。You have to in Japan. You have to have a hanko. You have to have so you know the way they do paperwork in Japan. You have to seal it with a stamp with your name on it, and you have to do that. That's basically your signature. And when you first move to Japan, you have to get one. Like you have to. It's the first thing you need to do. Yeah, so I don't even know where it is now. So I bring it with me. I probably didn't. French boys are very pretty. I can understand why she thought he was mixed. I guess so. I'm trying to imagine French people in my head. I don't think I've not really observed French people enough. To be honest, in Europe, we don't really need different skin color to hate each other. Yeah. Yes. Europeans love to hate other Europeans. I remember around there was a big uproar about Poles and Romanians. Yeah, I mean, okay, to be honest, the UK has hated, like, Polish and Romanian people for a very long time. Which is crazy because, like, I've never had bad experience with Polish people. Ever. And, like, when I used to do hacking and stuff, or, like, you know, had my part-time jobs and everything, there were lots of, like, Polish people I worked with, and they were all very, very lovely people. Very well-mannered, very, like, funny. Very funny. And, you know, they're just polite people who minded their own business and worked hard. Like, they did not do anything bad to me or other people. So that I don't understand that one, honestly. I don't. I don't understand that one. Just British people being stupid, honestly. No problem, East Asians hate each other too. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, it's like every country hates each other. Like, oh, yeah, there's... it's not just East Asians, though, is it? It's like the whole of Asia. Everyone's like, no, my Asian country's the best. Yeah, it's the same in Europe. Don't worry, it's the same in Europe. How does it work in the US? Do they, like, the states, competitive state hating? Is that how it works? As a Welsh lad myself, oh my god, you're Welsh! Croeso I my stream. I think a lot of people who were at the rally were being led on via social media. There's bad stuff happening all the time, but the news sites tend to focus on race. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people who are at those sort of like marches and rallies, they don't tend to understand what they're doing either. Like, they're focusing on one thing, but they don't actually know, like, what the person they're supporting is actually trying to push and stand for. And I've been watching, like, loads of these, like, mini interviews, like, saying, oh, did you know this person's trying to say they're gonna do this, they're gonna make us leave the, you know, human rights, we're not gonna have any human rights anymore, and we're gonna leave the, you know, European Courts of Human Rights, and, like, you know, other stuff like that. They're like, what? No way! We didn't know! Poles are funny, I like them. Me too, they're actual, genuine, funny people. I think it's their culture, like, the way they, like, they're very, like, I think it's quite similar to British people. They're very, like, self-deprecating and sarcastic. And I think that's why they get along, as in, like, when you talk to them as a British person, you get along with them very well. Yeah, all the other states just hate Cali and Cali hate themselves. That's not true, because every Californian I've met loves themselves and their state. Asia is just competitive, hating the pockets. Asia, oh my, it is actually competitive. And then there's China, just in the middle, in their Zen pose, saying, you all can hate each other, but we're number one, we're the center of all of this. And I find that hilarious. Hearing good opinions of Poles is nice. You think of us better than we think of each other. Hey, listen. Every single Polish, I speak from personal, you know, experience. Every single Polish person I've met has been very nice, very hardworking, you know, just very decent people. I can't say that about other certain people I've met, but Polish people, yes. Like, I've not had a single bad experience. I've not witnessed anything bad from them. I've not heard anything bad about them. And when I went to Poland, I loved it there. So, you know, I think they're wonderful people. The only people I've heard talk bad about Poles is Poland. Oh my god. Polish humor really gels with mine. Extremely sardonic. Yeah, I love that. I think it's just really similar to, like, British humor. Here in Latin America, we also hate each other, but the moment some outsider says anything against one of us, we all stand together and defend them. There's no, like, Latin American unity other than that. It's all like, no, Mexico's the best. No, Peru is the best. It's Peru in South America? Latin America? Wait, what else is in Latin America? Guys, quickly! I know, listen, my fellow Mexicans, I'm just a little bit, tired. Your You know, this legend, this tallest, strongest, smartest legend just woke up. My fellow Mexicans, hola, hola. What other countries are there again? Yeah, Venezuela, Colombia, Argentina, Chile. Like, do you, like, you guys all think, yeah, we're the best Latin American country. Is that what you guys think? Polish people I've worked with and met at uni have always been great to chat with. Yeah, like one of my friends in my friendship group, he's Polish. Like I think he was born and raised in the UK, but like he's Polish. The most funniest person you'll ever talk to in your life because he's just so deadpan and sarcastic. Like his humor, he speaks in such a, he has such a dry delivery at everything he says. And it's so like sarcastic and like it's just so damn funny. He's like made to be a streamer or something. But yeah, I don't know. I think it is just Polish people and British people should be shaking hands here. Especially North and South being annoyed by each other, but everyone is united in the haze of California. See, that's what I've gathered. After, you know, being on the internet streaming, right, to you guys for over a year, the one new thing I've gathered about America is that everyone seems to collectively hate California. And, I'm really impressed by that honesty. I didn't know about this. I'm sorry, Sven. I can't read what you said, but you know, I lived in Wales for 2 years, so that's all I learned. I'm very sorry. I know how to pronounce the double L sound if that makes, you know, makes any difference. Peru, Argentina, Uruguay. Oh yes, those countries. There's one that begins with an N. I'm not. Oh my god, how do you even pronounce that? Nagakuga? Ecuador. Panama. Oh yes. Panama. Prison Break. Yes, that's it. Poles have this amazing deadpan delivery. It's outstanding. Yes. I don't know how they do. It's just that very flat, monotonous voice. And what they say is just like such a perfect combo. It's so funny. Nagakuga. Yeah, I thought that was a Monster Hunter monster. A monster from Monster Hunter. But I didn't know that was a country name too. South America. Wait, is it actually not a country name too? Oh, I see. You just made me say the monster name. I was like, why am I talking about Nagakuga? I didn't know it was named after a South American country too. Kzu is a shut up. Oh my god, did you guys see? I really wanted to link this in the Discord. By the way, !mark Discord for anyone who wants to join. Did you guys see that 3D Kzu figure? Someone took a picture of it from underneath. Even though it's Kzu, and surely you can post Monster Hunter stuff. It's innocent, right? And it's just, I know Kezu's a bit sussy. Kezu's a bit sussy, but like... It looked really bad. Like, I knew that I was gonna get in trouble if I posted that. I didn't see that. I don't know if I want to. You didn't see? Oh, I shouldn't have searched that. Oh, you found it on Twitter? Hold on, let me see if I can find it again. Let me see. Let me see. Oh my god, wait. I think I still have it. Somewhere. Because I sent it to someone. Oh, yeah. Oh, damn. Oh, it looks as bad as when I first saw it. You know what? I'm going to ruin Mr. Fire's day today. I'm going to ruin their day today. Whether they share the goods is up to them, but... Oh my god. It is disgusting. Oh my god, I hate Kzu so much. That's like one of the monsters I hate fighting the most as well. Where's Yasu? No, we don't need Yasu's opinion on this Kzu. Please don't remind Yasu about his Kzu addiction. Mr. Five said he loves it, by the way. He didn't deserve to see that. He's very happy about it. So I think I just don't understand why it has that. I'm not, you know what, I'm not gonna say anything. Anyway, so okay, going back to the story. So I wait, I'm thirsty. Hold on, let me drink water. Anyway, so on Saturday, I met up with Ocean. And we went to this coffee shop that she recommended. I hated it. I think one thing that I really am unhappy about in the UK is that now everywhere charges 10 to 12.5% like gratuity, which is optional, but it's not really optional. Like, you'll look like an asshole if you say remove it. So, which is basically a tip. It's like forced tipping. So we're going into like American culture now. Now, this wouldn't be an issue because the places that usually force gratuity, 10 to 12.5%, are supposed to have good service. They're supposed to have good table service. It's service charge. Yes, it's service charge. They're supposed to have good service. Now, I went to this cafe. It looks very, very fancy. Very, like, you know, it looks very hipster and, like, you know... Whatever, I went inside. Everything was incredibly overpriced, so I expected it to at least taste good. Nope. I only got like a cookie and a drink. And I got a cold chocolate, like a cold chocolate drink. So it's like hot chocolate, but cold. It was bitty, like it had grainy bits in it. So they didn't even like melt the chocolate powder properly that they used, which tasted like a cheap, terrible one, by the way. They put it in a tiny glass full of ice, so it was already watered down as well. They also didn't give us any napkins. They didn't give us any cutlery. And it was just like really bad service. And the cookie tasted like it was... okay, the cookie tasted like... if you got a freshly baked cookie from M&S, you left it on your counter for 3 days and it got stale. That's what it tasted like. I know, because whenever I buy the cookies from M&S, I can't finish them in time. And then by the third day, they're so stale. You gotta throw them. That's what it tasted like. I was very, very disappointed because that cookie was like £5. And then while I was like, okay, so they don't give like coasters in this place for your coffee, but or your drinks. They put it on a little tray, so that's the coaster, right? So as I was picking up my drink and sipping it, one of the waitresses came and just took the trays away, and I'm like, okay. So I just had to put my glass back down on the table, getting the table wet because I had ice on my cup, right? So it's like dripping, and I'm like, and she obviously they can see we had no napkins still. They still didn't give me any napkins, and also no cutlery, so I had to eat the cookie with my hands. And like, as I had a little bit of the cookie left, I left on the plate. I wasn't planning to finish it, honestly, because it was so disgusting. But she just took the plate away really fast, and I'm thinking to myself, like, when you rush, okay, the thing is about service, right? If you keep rushing and clearing the table, it's like you're trying to push the customer out. Now, if it were busy, I'd understand that behavior. It was not busy, though. There were so many other tables free. I think she was probably thinking she was doing efficient service, but actually this is really bad service behavior because it means you're trying to push someone out. And they're charging 12.5 gratuity in this place for a stale 3-day-old, you know, cookie that was made in some factory, and a drink that wasn't even made properly, and lack of service. I was so mad. That's the state of the UK now. That's the state. And if you think, oh, that must have been a one-off, no. Today I had a very similar experience. I'll tell you about that afterwards. Is that a London thing? I don't think so, because I've experienced this when I went to Birmingham last year too. I think it's just a Zoomer thing, because now it's basically all these Zoomers, right? These Zoomers who I guess didn't grow up properly and weren't taught proper like training or anything. And Zoomers just are controlling the service industry now because those are the people that are getting hired. Because I know back in my day, if I were working like, you know, in a cafe or whatever and I did that, you'd get like fired or you just won't get renewed because that's just bad. It's bad. You can't do stuff like that. But now it's just so normalized and accepted, like people just going on their phone while they're working and things like that. Like if I had gone on my phone like while working in Starbucks or something, like just out on the counter in the open, I would have been fired. Like I don't know how things are so different now. I've been hit with it once and unfortunately was happy to play it because it was a damn good place. Yeah, I mean, if you get actual good service, it's very different. I don't mind. But I've not received good service. Maybe they're just collecting too good to go cookies throughout the week. Imagine. But M&S don't give their cookies for too good to go. As someone who worked years as a waiter, this sucks and it's unacceptable. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is just like a Zoomer thing, I think. Because again, all of these people are quite young. I've not actually had bad service from older people, but like older people are not working in the service industry anymore. It is a young person thing. Like it is people who are at uni or like in their late 20s or whatever. Definitely bad behavior to rush a customer. Yeah. Like what if you want to sit and chat, she takes the stuff away? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Like she took Ocean's drink away. And then Ocean just had nothing in front of her. And what you're taught is, like, this is what we were taught in Starbucks even, right? Now, Starbucks is just like a coffee shop. It's literally like a McDonald's of coffee, right? So you'd think, oh, in Starbucks, they'll teach you to, like, rush, and, like, clear tables and, like, kick people out. No! Even when I was working in Starbucks, they trained us, like, if they have an empty drink in front of them, let them have it for about half an hour before you offer to go and say, would you like a new drink? You ask them, can I get you a new drink? And if they say no, then you can ask, oh, would you like me to take this away? Or you just leave it. You just leave them with their empty drink because they're probably there because they want to sit and chill, you know? They might not necessarily want another drink. And this was what, like 8 years ago or so, 9 years ago, I don't know, whenever I worked in Starbucks. And that was, you know, back then. And now, like these upmarket fancy coffee places have people working there and like they're at McDonald's while they're charging you 12.5%. I blame that on COVID. A lot of people missed on years of education. Zoomers were... Okay, missing out on education, I get it, but it's just missing out on actual proper training. Like, people are just not being trained properly anymore. And also, Zoomers just don't give a crap. Like, they're just uncontrollable. They just do what they want. Back in my day. It was back in my day, okay? Not paid enough to care. I guess that's the case, but also I feel like the minimum wage is quite high here. Not enough to, like, survive in London, but, like, they're most likely students or something. Like, this is not their full-time job. Unless it is, and, you know, whatever. I do love the kids these days. Spill you're doing very authentically unk. That's why I deserve my own AC, right? It's very hot right now. I'm burning up. I worked in a cafe for a bit at uni and was instructed to rush the customers out. It was a bit different since it was £5 for full English. Yes, yes. It's very cafe behaviour. It's very McDonald's behaviour. It's not fancy cafe where one drink is almost £7 and a cookie, a stale cookie, is £5. I'll just leave them be until they're gone. Well, it depends. If it's like one where there's a high turnover, you are told to, like, you know, clear out the tables as fast as you can. But again, if you're charging like a high service charge, you're not supposed to do that. You can't like just kick them out. So this one tweet that said, being owned by Zoomers on the internet is funny because the only thing they'll ever own in their lives. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that tweet too. The students are the only people who work service is a myth. A lot of, no, these are all young people. So if they're not students, then they're, I don't know what they're doing, but they're all like, you can tell they're clearly like in their very early 20s or even like maybe 19 or 20. As a Gen Z myself, it feels a lot as if the only reason we exist is to fix the messes of the previous generation. We're actively pushed back against it. That still is no excuse for you to give your brain dead Zoomer stare and start doing your job. Or going on the phone while you're supposed to be doing your job. Because why is that everyone else's problem? If I go to Boots and I want to, you know, buy something and, I don't know, the self-service checkout isn't working, it's the customer service's job to come and help, not just stare at me gormlessly while looking at their phone like this, mouth open, drooling, staring at their phone. You gotta wave, you know, clap in front of them. Hello, I need help. And they're like, huh? I need help, please. Oh, okay. And then they you know, plod over, and then they're staring at it like, huh? It's like, what? It's actual brain dead behavior. Like, I don't know if it's like lack of training, actual just like some, you know, bacteria ate their brain. I don't know, but it's not fair that I have to suffer. And I find, again, this is something that's applying to most, I guess, young people now. The Super Stairs and the Beautiful adaptation, it's actually so scary seeing it. Like, they literally just have like this bug-eyed look, mouth open, drool coming out. I don't understand why they're like that. Oh my god, it's all the technology these kids had. Tutting, shaking my head. All the stuff like as a tiny old lady. See, old people, as annoying as they are, they still know how to do their jobs. The Zemans will be looking after us when we retire. Not me! I'll be gone. That's on the people hiring. They hire people to be a warm body. Yes, but when it's your only choice to hire, like as in when there's no other options to hire, what are you gonna do? Their tech is too user-friendly. You know what? In that sense, you can blame Apple because they did make the tech too user-friendly and stupid. Made for stupid people like me, but still. Hit them with the Ting Hua Bao Wei. They'll be staring at me like, Chinese? Get out of this country. They should have to suffer to work their apps. Yeah, like we did. I feel like I get them. They're being exploited. Each generation has more and more. They forget they have... Are they being exploited? If I could get paid like £12 per hour to stand there and go on my phone, I would do it. I would love to do it if I weren't a full-time mother. Because back in my day, when I worked part-time while in uni, the minimum wage was not £10 per hour, it was much less. And you actually had to work. And you were not allowed to go on your phone or do anything else or slack off and just get away with it. Now you can literally just go on your phone and do nothing. And not even do your job, which is what my issue is. They're not doing their job and they're not, like, you know, helping, and yet they still get paid all this, like, extra service charge. They're not doing their job and they're going on their phones. They're not working. They're just having a la-di-da time and they're getting paid like £12 per hour for the privilege. Like, let me do that instead. I don't know about that one look at... I don't know about that one look at all the old people in the government. They don't know how to do their job. I'm not saying that old people don't know how to do it either. I'm talking about the service industry. You gotta use your brain a bit. Think about the context, alright? You don't need to turn this into something else. I'm talking about the service industry. I feel if you even work a minimum wage job, it's important to put effort, to have some pride in the work you do. And I think that's the main issue. They don't have any pride in themselves. And I don't know if it's just like all the technology like rotting their brains or what. Like watching TikToks in their brain and on their phone, but yeah. Blame Apple mention. I would love to blame Apple for things. Hey, I'm an Apple user. And I love their brainless products, honestly, but you know, I guess it can have its drawbacks. People swiping at book pages like it's an iPad. Millennials were just reaching adulthood when the social contract was broken. Zoomers grew up with the broke. Broke? Hey, I'm the old people government. I know, I feel like I'm in that weird spot in between millennial and Zoomer. Like at the end of millennial, start of Zoomer, and like I'm having to sort of see both sides, and I don't want to associate myself with the people who are just brain dead, because there's also people my age too who are doing the same thing, and I just can't accept it. I'm a zillennial. I don't know. It's just annoying because again, I have to pay for this. If all of this was happening and I didn't have to pay for it, it's completely fine. Don't get me wrong. If I had free service and they were like on their phones doing nothing and not doing their job and I didn't have to pay for it, that's okay. Completely fine. Don't get me wrong. It's the fact that I have to pay 12.5% for this suffering. That's why I'm mad about it. Can't be my I'm not a Zoomer! I'm a millennial! It might also be that you only really interact with the low-end Zoomers. All the high-spec ones are probably in the best jobs. Yeah, probably. True. No, but then I also heard, apparently, they're all, like, kind of similar in office jobs and stuff, too. I heard. I'm old millennials. I know people are proud of drinking from the hose. I remember being so enthusiastic to my manager when I got a raise, even though it was just to match the increase in minimum wage. Oh, Flapjack, people like you are rare, I feel. I feel like people like you are rare. Sedai is a thing in Japan, but not that bad in Japan in terms of services somehow. Yeah, no, okay. I don't want to say it's not that bad, because it is kind of, I mean, I've heard from a lot of Japanese people how, like, okay, no, Mahalo, right? When you go to a konbini and there's a young person at the konbini, okay, it's not that bad, true, but they're also doing the same thing. They also have that Zoomer stare, the brain rot Zoomer MTI stare, and they're also not, they also don't have the same level of service as like an old obasan, like, you know, who's at the counter instead. And when I worked in an izakaya, right, everyone I worked with was like 20 years old or 21, and they were so rude. They were so rude. Like, the things they said about so we had like the tencho, like the store manager, right? And the things they said about the tencho was so mean. So he was like a really like the tencho was like a really nice guy. He was a very fluffy man with a very kind face, and he was very kind. Like, he was very like yasashi hito, and like, you know, I really liked him. He was really kind, and he was a bit on the bigger side, but he had a very kind heart and kind face, and he was a little bit older as well. He was probably like in his 40s. And Japanese people, like older ones, they're not too good with the technology and stuff like that. So this izakaya was like going from like taking orders on paper to using like tablets and things. And he was like not good with the new technology. And all these kids I was working with who were like 20, 21 years old, they said the most awful mean things about him. They're like straight up bullying him. And like, he hasn't got any like learning difficulties or anything. Like, he completely understands everything they're saying to him. Like, they're being sarcastic and like being like mean, basically, like bullies. And he was just like pretending he didn't hear it and everything. And I don't know, I felt so bad. And also like, they would go on their phones and stuff like while they're on the shift and stuff. They still gave like passable customer service. It's not bad, but they were still like not like pure nice. I mean, I guess because they're like kids, but they're also like saying like, you know, stuff about the government and like, you know, people like they weren't like brain dead kind of Japanese people, I guess. And I was like, you know, chatting and listening to them like, ah! Internally I was like, oh my god, this is not how I imagined young Japanese people to be. it was a bit, yeah. But yes, they had the Z Sedai. Can we agree to be one of the Americans for popularizing tipping? Yeah, we should, because I need to get on to the rest of the story. Can I also be paid $10 an hour to Zoom host Twitter? I need that dough. Honestly, I really want to get a job so I can do that. Because this is like, I get £12 an hour or whatever, however much it is now. And I can just go on my phone and give like the worst service ever. And no one, I'm not going to lose my job. What? Yeah, sign me up. If only I weren't a single mother, I'd do that. Free money! Americans hate tipping, want to get rid of it. Why would anyone else take the system? Why don't Americans get rid of it then, already? I'm proud of my lifeless Zoomer eyes. I have that stare, but I'm always polite. There are some that are polite. They just are very stupid and empty-headed. Like, the lights are on and no one's home, you know? I don't know. It's just annoying. Interestingly enough, I'm the opposite. I'm a Zoomer, but that was close time-wise to being a millennial. So you're like that halfway point. Zoomer stares can so confusing. I spent decades learning how to interact with normies, and these tots just stare at me. And they blame COVID. I just got the jaded and tired millennial expression. Everyone thinks I'm mad at them. Oh, you got the RBF. Imagine being an adult bully. There's lots of adults that get bullied by kids. These kids just don't unlearn those behaviors from school, I guess. I was just really sad because the Tencho was a really nice guy. He was really kind. Us humans are cooked, but the alphas are completely doomed. At least when the alphas enter the... Yeah, actually, that's true. The alphas are worse than the zoomers. I agree. So they said bad stuff behind the manager? Yeah, they'll say it behind him. They wouldn't say it to his face, but like he was there and he can definitely hear. And they'd laugh at him when he, like, you know, made a mistake with the technology stuff. I don't know, it was kind of mean. It was really mean. Very unfortunate that I think having youth like that who are unapologetically rude just makes me more upset when someone twice the age still acts like a kid. Yeah, I know. Oh, but anyway, going back to what I was saying. So I met up with Ocean. We went to a cafe, way overpriced. I was very upset. But in true British fashion, we made no fuss and did not ask for the service charge to be removed. So we paid and left. And then we went to the National Portrait Gallery. And I haven't been to the National Portrait Gallery for a few years. About a good 10 years, I'd say. So I enjoyed going there. And we had a little wander around. There's a few new things that weren't there before. And I enjoyed looking at the portraits. And what was it? What else did I see that I liked there? Oh yeah, there was a very interesting sculpture. There's a man's head, but the head wasn't made out of plaster. It was made out of blood, like his own blood. He mixed his own blood with like silicone, and that's the mold. And he poured that into the mold instead of plaster or like cement or whatever. So they had to keep the bust of his head made of blood in a refrigerated unit. I thought that was really disgusting. It was like all black and like, okay, I don't care about blood. Like, I would have preferred seeing it in liquid form in a cast or something, but like the fact that it was all like smeary looking, it looked really like dirty. And it just looked gross. It didn't look, and like not in a nice way, not in the like the interesting way. It just looked disgusting. That's fun. It's like a museum. The National Portrait Gallery has like old portraits, but also like more modern stuff too. That's hardcore. I think if it were displayed in a cooler way, I'd be less disgusted. Like, it wasn't the blood itself I was disgusted by. It was the way it looked. Like, you can see all the condensation and it looked all smeary and like dirty. I think that's why I didn't like it. Modern art. I don't like modern art. I don't see the appeal of modern art. I remember because I did art for GCSE and we used to go to the Tate Modern a lot, and I absolutely hated the fact that modern art is just basically about, I guess, politics and making a statement. Like, you could put 3 slashes. You can literally get a knife, slash a canvas 3 times and say, yes, this is my modern art and this is a message against society, blah blah. Like, that's, I don't care about your message. I want to see your oil painting, your amazing oil painting techniques. You know, I don't want to see your stupid like takes on whatever. I don't want to see you cutting up a photograph and like pasting photographs together on newspaper or whatever. I don't know. It's so stupid to me. Like, I don't like that. I'm just not into modern art. Art should always ask a question. The question modern art asks is this art? Yes. Like, for me, I like the history behind art. For example, I was looking at the Edwardian and the Tudor times, like, and Victorian times portrait, right? And you can see the style of art changing. Like, you can see what was popular back then. The art style was popular back then in each era. And I found that, like, more interesting because you can see the different techniques they used. The liberties, artistic and creative liberties they took. Like, to me, that's very interesting. It's a money laundering scheme. Banana taped to the wall. Yeah, stuff like that. It's just so, I don't know. It's just so, I don't know, dumb to me. I don't like it either. I went to visit Chambord once, and they had a modern art exhibition. There's a huge painting made out of rotisserie chicken carcass. Okay. There are some modern art that I do like. In Japan, they have, like in the Mori Art Museum, they do have some like interesting modern art pieces, like, you know, lots of red strings and stuff like that. If it's like a whole exhibition and interactive, it's a little bit different. Like, I guess it's a type of art, but it's like more interesting than a banana taped to a wall kind of thing, you know? When you have 70 IQ, that art is deep. I think that's what it is. The low IQ people are like, yo, that's so deep, dude. Whoa. The message to society. Like, I don't, just sod off. I didn't come for politics, I came for pretty art. Same. I just want to look at your oil on canvas technique, okay? That's all I want to see. At this point, I'm dodging the Modern Art Museum for a real art showcase, so they're ducking to Comic Con. Hey, I do think manga is art. I do think anime style is art. That is art, because you're, especially manga, right? When you see how those comic artists ink and draw everything, that's art, because there's technique behind it. And I like appreciating manga artists, you know, hard work of drawing panels and like background details and stuff like that. That is art. Whereas I don't think slashing a canvas is artistic. That's just, I don't know. I don't find that interesting. That's the thing with art, I guess. It's supposed to cater to literally every piece of creative taste. Yeah. That's true. This is not my taste. So I completely skipped the modern art part of the National Portrait Gallery. I just went to the traditional art part. True art is portraying the class struggle through big versus small chests. No! I think abstract stuff is too hard to understand. If the abstract stuff has some technique and looks interesting, I don't mind it. Like, you know, Picasso is technically like abstract. Is Van Gogh on abstract? Like, if it has some interesting painting techniques and it looks like, you know, some effort went into it, I like that, at least. Because I don't really particularly want to see a message behind the art. Like, abstract stuff that has, you know, yeah, exactly, surrealism or whatever. Like, I don't necessarily want to look at it and think, I need to understand this piece. I just want to, like, appreciate it. Art should always make a statement, and the statement in modern art makes is, we live in a society. I think that's why I don't like modern art. Because of that. Yes, we live in a society. Manga is definitely an art. Bright stories come from me. Oh, there was... Okay, there isn't... Yes. Do you guys know the manhwa, the Korean manga called Bride of the Water God? I remember, maybe this was in 2008 or 2009, it was a very long time ago. I remember reading that manga and thinking, this is, like, how does this artist, like, how are they drawing these panels? Like, every single panel was like an insane work of art. Like, there was so much going on one page. Hold on, I'll just put like I'll put a single image in the Discord and you guys will see what I mean. Like, each panel is so beautiful and expressive and so full of movement. It was insane, like, especially for that time. It came out in 2007, and seeing manga like that was insane. It is actual art. It's art. Berserk background details are legendary. Okay, yeah, Berserk is art too. Berserk is art. I took art for GCSE as well. I remember for my art GCSE, I had to make a modern art piece, and because it always had to have a statement and a meaning about society, I remember I made I made a chicken checkers. So I basically made like paper mache chickens playing checkers, and I made like the boxes that the chickens were sitting on, and the table with the checker set. I basically pasted newspaper all over those boxes, and the chickens are playing checkers. So that was supposed to be a message about the government and people. You know, the newspaper was because, you know, it's about, you know, news and politics, and, you know, the government is full of chicken playing checkers or whatever. Like, it was like so stupid. Like, it was like actual like bull, but like, you know, I got an A star. And by the way, it looked terrible. I just want to say it looked really bad. It looked really bad. Also, I wanted to do manga, like anime art, as my modern art piece, but my teacher hated it and said no. And she said she was going to fail me if I did that. She was like anti-Japan art, I guess. So I had to do that as my modern art piece. Want to look at the pretties? No one wanted. Yeah, exactly. I just want to look at pretty things. Is that a crime? It looks really good. Yeah, it's amazing composition. It's really beautiful. I remember being like awed by the art in that manga. Hair looks really good. It's so beautiful, right? It's like liquid. I enjoyed learning and writing about art history in uni. Thankfully, I never had to deal with the whole modern art department. I think modern and traditional need to be kept separated, honestly. You planned your 4 years out like a battle pass. It's funny though, in some of the general classes, me drawing Transformers and Kamen Rider, and some of the professors molding about it. Yeah, why do you get so mad when you draw like stuff like that? I feel like a lot of art teachers are like this. Yeah, she absolutely hated me. Like so basically, before my GCSEs, so in the UK GCSEs are 2 years. So in the entire 2 years, for every assignment and every like coursework and everything, I got D's and E's. Because I did anime art. And including a very lovely, wonderful canvas piece. And of like, you know, in manga style, right? And it was very good. Like, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, brag, but I thought it was really good. And it was like I studied really hard, like proportions and like how to draw and everything properly. And I got a D for it. And I was molding. I was so upset because it's like, she's definitely doing this to try and fail me. And the only reason I got an A star in my GCSE is because number one, obviously my final piece, the actual graded final GCSE piece, I did the whole chicken checkers thing, which was more up her modern art alley. And secondly, is because I was randomly picked to be moderated by an outside. So basically, your GCSEs get graded by the teacher, your teacher, which is so unfair, right? Because if a teacher's biased against you, they'll just give you a D like mine one did. However, sometimes like students randomly get picked to get moderated by outside people. So I got randomly picked, luckily, and because they weren't anime haters, they actually gave me a really high grade for all my coursework pieces. So I got lucky. I had a super cool anatomy professor let me draw Kamen Rider body horror for the final. W professor. I feel like you like Bussy's restrooms. There's lots of pretty paintings on the wall. That's nice. I didn't know they had paintings there. I thought it was just a food place. The professor I had was an old lady. When I pulled up the Gundam watercolor, I think Gundam the Origin manga, she scolded me from the class and said, "You were such a boy." That's so mean. It's always an old lady. My art teacher was an old lady too. Art teachers are the primary reason for students dropping out of art. Like, imagine pushing your own, like, tastes and preferences onto students. Moderation doing his jobs. Yeah, thankfully, I was so lucky that I got moderated randomly. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, I keep getting distracted. Hang on. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, so So yeah, then we went to the National Portrait Gallery. I had a good time. We're just wandering around and just talking about some of the pieces and talking about history and things like that. I really enjoyed that, actually. And we were talking about, because it's really nice going to the National Portrait Gallery because there's lots of like historical pieces, and they have like little plaques that explain the background behind the piece and like what was going on during that era and stuff like that. And after that, we went to Jollibee's. So I have only been to Jollibee's once, years and years ago when it first opened in the UK. And I remember that I didn't particularly like it. The chicken was too spicy and the spaghetti was too sweet. And I thought, okay, you know what? Jollibee's is not for me. I'm not a Jollibee's fan. But I gave it another chance and I was pleasantly surprised. So, the chicken was really crispy and crunchy. It was stale though, and I think if it were fresh, it would be really delicious. The chips were really nice. And I somehow got a free drink as well, so... I had a good time at Jollibee's! And then... oh yeah, a really good thing is that Ocean gave me... So, you know, I'm looking for therapy for my sister, right? Like counseling and therapy, psychotherapy for my sister. Ocean gave me a resource where you can book therapy sessions. And because the ones I was looking at near our house, or where we're staying, our flat, they're about £175 per session. And you don't get like a free first session. So like, let's imagine you pay for a first session. You got to pay £175. And you might not even like the therapist. And that's just £175 down the drain. And, so I've been really like mulling over it. And the one Ocean found, because she used it, was about £50 per session. And you get a free first session with the therapist, so you can see if you like them or not, if it's going to work for you. So I was really happy. That was really helpful. So I'm going to try and get my sister some therapy with using that website. Why is Ocean such an amazing person? She's honestly like one of my closest friends, and I think it's also because she has a very similar brain to mine, in the sense where she doesn't just like stop being friends with me because I don't spend time with her every single day or very frequently. Like, we live our own lives. We talk maybe once a month, but we're still super close. And I really appreciate that about her, because again, there's not many people in my life who are like that. I'm been reduced down to like 2 people who are like that. So, her and Menno. So I really appreciate her for, you know, still being in my life. Yeah, I hope it works out too. So that's good. I got a helpful resource for that. And then we headed back home. And it was really nice because I got complimented a lot on Saturday. Someone complimented my hair. And I remember when I got out of the station near my flat, like in my area, this lady complimented me. She said, "I love your jumper." And I said, "Oh, thank you." And I started walking, and she called out, "I'm so jealous." And I was like, "Ah, thank you." No, I didn't even say thank you. I just like, laugh awkwardly, and then I started running. Speed walking away. I was like, damn, I'm feeling awkward right now. I don't know what to say. Like speed walking and hoping like she stops talking to me. Odd interaction, fled the scene. I don't think it's odd, I just mean I'm the one that's odd. I have 0 social skills. It was a nice jumper though, it was a very nice jumper, so I understand why she was jealous. But yeah, it was nice because, like, you know, I guess because like my hairstyle and like color and everything, and my fashion, like the clothes I wear and the style of clothes I wear is very like Japanese. So in Japan, it's completely normal to be dressed like that or to have hair like this or whatever. And no one's going to say anything about like your fashion or your hair because it's normal. Whereas here, it's different, it's cool, it's quirky. So like, I'm getting complimented on things that I haven't really been complimented on in the past like 6.5 years or whatever. So it feels kind of nice that people are liking, like, you know, it's very surprising for me because obviously I don't expect to be complimented on like fashion and things like that. So because it happened last year as well. When I went to Vexpo, a lot of the VTuber girls were like, "Oh my god, Fish, I love your hair, I love your shoes, I love your dress." And like they were complimenting me like all the time. And even when I was at Vexpo, I got stopped by these random like people, like obviously like Vexpo attendees, and they're like these girls, and they're like, "Oh my god, I love your dress, I love your shoes, I love it, blah blah blah." And I just felt like a little celebrity, guys, you know, tucks flap behind it. I was like, really, you know, oh, thanks. And they're like asking, "Where did you get it from?" I was like, Japan. Yeah, I got it from Japan. And I feel a bit like a bit of a knob when I say that, but yeah. It was nice to get a compliment. I mean, in Japan, the way they compliment you if you're a foreigner, right? Or maybe it's not just foreigners, they compliment this in general. Like, they tend to compliment your, like, facial features or, like, your body features. They don't compliment, like, your fashion or whatever, because, you know, people tend to dress the same. So, I got complimented in Japan a lot, but it wasn't about, like, what I was wearing or, like, my hair or something. It was all about, they compliment you on, like, yeah, your like, body or your face or whatever. And Dad says hi. "Hello, Corns, Dad. You got some nice bone structure there." No, they say things like, "Oh my god, your nose is so small," or like, "Your nose bridge is so tall," or like, "Your eyes are so big," or "Your face is so small, your jaw is so small." Like, they compliment the size of your face a lot. So I've got quite a small face, and they always say, "Kawachicha kawaii," like stuff like that. They'll like talk about how small my face is. "I like your flesh." No, my flesh has not been complimented. Oh my god, who said that I like your flesh? I forgot about that. Small is better. Yeah, see, Maha understands what I mean. They were like, "Your nose is so tall, your eyes are so big, your face is so small," and stuff like that. Your face is so compressed. I heard that, like, you know, when Western people are, like, complimented for having a small face in Japan, they get really offended, apparently. Is it true in America if someone says you got a small face, it's like an insult? I feel like there's a thinly veiled way to shame people who don't have the right trait. No, it's not. It's not. You sound like those kinds of people who are like, "Oh my god, I got Nihongo Jozu. What are they trying to say? They're saying that my Japanese is bad? Is this some low-key way to insult me?" No, sorry, Gabriel, don't be like that. They're just being nice. Like, they're just trying to compliment you, but that's their beauty standard over there. Is having small face and big eyes and small nose. It's just their beauty standard. It's got nothing to do with shaming people or whatever. It's just they want to compliment you genuinely because they're trying to be nice, and that's their standard. Like, for example, if you have like slim legs, or if you have like long legs and like a short torso, they'll like be like, "Oh my god, you have such great proportions," and stuff like that. Like, they're not trying to shame you, they're just trying to compliment you. And it's the same when they say like, "Oh, Nihongo jozu," like they're not saying that because they're trying to say your Japanese is bad, because this is a big discourse that's just been all over Twitter and like Reddit. Like, why are they insulting me by saying my Japanese is bad, like good? Are they trying to say? All I said was "arigatou gozaimasu." Like that. It really annoys me because when Japanese people say "Nihongo jozu," like they don't mean it. They're not trying to be mean. They're genuinely impressed that you know how to say "arigatou gozaimasu." Like, they're actually genuinely impressed. And you might think, "Oh, it's such a minor thing to be impressed by," but like, they're genuinely impressed because like, they're like, "What the hell? What the helly? Someone actually bothered learning how to say thank you in Japanese? They bothered learning how to say konnichiwa?" Like, because they have very like low self-esteem and very humble. It like blows their mind that people would bother learning their language. So when they say "Nihongo jozu," like, your Japanese is so good, they mean it. They're not being sarcastic. And if they speak English and say, hello, how are you? You know, like, if you tell them genuinely, oh, if you tell them even sarcastic, your English is so good, they'll take it to heart. They'll genuinely think you're complimenting them. They don't do that sort of like weird sort of veiled insult thing there. I mean, unless, I mean, it happens, but in a different kind of way. But not when it comes, unless they're from Kyoto, yes. Unless they're from Kyoto. But if they're from Kyoto, they're not going to do it to like a foreign person. They're going to do it to other Japanese people. I don't think they ever do it to foreign people. Yeah. Yeah, I'm told as a man, if you want to compliment a woman, you should compliment something she has control and agency over. Yeah, like when women are complimented, like I remember, like when guys complimented me on like, or even girls, like in the UK, complimented me for like my hair or my fashion. I genuinely felt like really like, whoa, oh my god, blushes, fan's face, kicks feet, twiddles fingers. Like I genuinely felt complimented because obviously I like my own fashion or hairstyle or makeup or whatever. And being told, oh wow, I love the way you've done this, or like I get complimented by a lot of like guys for my hair, right? And I don't think they're being creeps or they're trying to hit on me. I genuinely feel like, wow, they're, you know, it's genuinely just a nice thing to say. Meanwhile, Chinese people are, yes, your face is like an upside down sunflower seed, very auspicious. Upside down sunflower seed is crazy. If someone in the southern USA says bless your heart, it's over, toaster time. Rather than inside, I think it's like a weird thing to say, so it's taken as like you're told your face is weird. Because I heard it's like American people, like a lot of American people, at least on like Reddit and Twitter, complain when Japanese people compliment them for having like a small face. Or like a high nose bridge or whatever. They're like, are they trying to say I've got a big nose? Are they trying to say I've got a small head so my brain is small? And I'm thinking to myself, like, is it really that hard to learn the culture you've decided to live in? Like, I don't know. It's just weird. Caucasians all tend to have a higher nose bridge and smaller face though. Not really, not smaller face. Yes, they have a higher nose bridge, but not a smaller face. They tend to have very big heads, if anything. So I don't, the whole like small face kind of thing is not, I feel like that's not a Caucasian thing. It's just like a doll-like thing. Like they often like compare, like I remember this old lady, this Obasa, and I was like walking and she said ningyo as like to me. And I didn't hear fully what she said because she didn't like stop me and talk to me. She looked at me and she stopped, but I didn't stop because I didn't know she was like trying to talk at me or whatever. And I was with a friend and she started saying something like this, and I only managed to catch ningyo, but my friend told me, oh, she was saying that you look like a doll. And I was like, what does that mean? Like, we've been told that before. And he said, oh, like, oh, it's because your face is like small or whatever, blah, blah. So I think it's just like their way of saying cute, because you know kawaii is also a very like broadly used term and doesn't only mean cute, it can mean pretty or whatever. I guess old people do it better. You look like a doll. Someone calls your face normal would be more akin to saying your face is abnormal, I guess. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just different cultures, right? You just gotta learn. If you're gonna be if you're gonna move to a different country, I feel like you have to like learn their culture too. And instead of getting upset, you should learn. And a Japanese person tells me I'm good Japanese, I take it as a compliment. Yeah, and you should, because again, like I said, they probably actually mean it. I thought Japan was like France, where they immediately hate you if you don't speak the language perfectly. No, Japan is not like that. In fact, if you're English or like openly foreign, they will speak to you in English, even if you are speaking to them in Japanese. They have this like thing happening, like they start like the computing in their brain starts like short-circuiting. Like even if you're speaking perfectly fine Japanese to them, some of them start like butting out and they try to speak to you in English, and I think it's cute, but they get really stressed about it. Like I remember I was in in a restaurant, and I was just speaking Japanese to the servers, but like as soon as they saw me, they got like really I guess they must have been like scared of foreigners, and they just kept speaking to me in English, but the English was really bad, so I didn't understand what they were saying. So I was speaking to them in Japanese, I'd reply in English, but the English was like all like broken and wrong, and I couldn't understand. So I was like, you know, 日本語で喋っています。なので日本語で喋ってください. Like I'm saying, I'm speaking Japanese. Please speak Japanese to me. And it was only, and they kind of like snapped out of it for a bit and spoke to me in Japanese, but then they kind of slipped back into the whole like broken English thing. And like when they do that with me in Japan, like I don't ever try and, like, a lot of people again on Twitter and Reddit love to complain and say, I speak to them in Japanese, but they keep speaking to me in English. I'll never be one of them. I'll never be Japanese. No matter how fluent I am in Japanese, I'll always be seen as a foreigner. Like, whenever they try to speak English to me, I always try to speak English back, because if they just want to practice their English or whatever, who am I to stop them? Like, unless I can really see they're struggling in English, then I tell them, okay, yeah, you can speak to me in Japanese. Like, I tell them it's fine. Like, you can speak to me in Japanese. But like, if they want to speak English, let them practice, you know? You don't have to make it such a big deal. The same in China. If you're visibly foreign, you can speak a bit of Chinese, they love you. Yeah, exactly. It's the same in China. Oh my god, in China, you speak just a little bit of Chinese, they'll be like, you're one of us. They'll put their hand around you. They'll put their arm around you, be like feeding you free food. Like, yep, you're one of us now. Like, I only speak a little bit of Chinese, right? Like, self-taught. But Chinese people are so like, they're like, oh my god, we're gonna give you a Chinese name now. You're practically Chinese because I can count from 1 to 10. Chinese people are so like friendly, and actually it's very different to Japan, right? Because even if you're born and raised in Japan, but like you're, I don't know, white or something else, like you're not Japanese. Even if you're born and raised there, completely native Japanese speaker, they will never see you as Japanese, ever. Whereas in China, no matter what you look like, it doesn't matter what the color of your skin is or whatever, if you speak their local dialect, you are Chinese. They won't accept any other. You are Chinese. You are one of them. Even if you just speak like the language and you just like, you know, adjust to their culture, you are Chinese. Like, they'll give you a Chinese name. They'll love you. They'll feed you. They'll do everything. Like, it's very different. China and Japan, and the way they treat you if you're foreign and you speak their language. People nowadays are outraged by the most mundane things. I know, and you guys are gonna get so upset and triggered by this, but it's always an American. Always an American. Something I've learned since moving to Liverpool is that people here will compliment you without sarcasm. Oh, really? Liverpool. Fish, how much time do you spend on Twitter and Reddit? I don't go on Reddit anymore, but like I used to go on the Japan Life Reddit sometimes because it's like helpful and also just funny, you know, to spend time there. If someone told me I had a small face, I'd be like, oh my god, stop! Oh my god! But they call me my eyes, that's a big one. Oh my god, stop it! Oh my god! You can change your fashion, but you can't change your face size, and that's the value, I think. Exactly, exactly. Well, yeah, a lot of people don't understand that. They're Western, they mustn't understand Japanese at all. I hope Japan slowly changes, because I think now they're realizing how popular they are with like Western people. Maybe they'll be less humble. I always took that as them really wanting to get their English reps in for South Korea as well. Yeah, me too. Pretty, me as well. Like, if they're speaking to me in English, I don't feel insulted. Despite the fact I've been living there for such a long time, I don't feel insulted at all. I feel like, oh yeah, let them practice their English. Like, and if I see they're really struggling, I'll tell them Japanese is okay. Like, I don't feel like running to YouTube and making a video saying, I wasn't treated as Japanese, despite the fact I can speak Japanese. It's just, I don't do that. Fish's alpha aura scares all the service workers. This happens to like every foreigner in Japan, I think. Though honestly, I'll be honest. It rarely happens to me. I think it rarely happens, but Japanese people can tell whether you are a tourist or a resident. And I've always been stumped as to how they can detect that I'm someone who lives there. And I realize it's what I said to you earlier, it's my fashion and my hair. Because of the way I dress, and the way I dress, I think mainly, I think they can sort of tell that I'm not a tourist. Because 9 times out of 10, I will be spoken to in Japanese first. The whole like freaking out and speaking to me in English thing is very rare. Actually, they became more rarer as time went on. And I always wondered, wait, what happened to my foreigner privilege? What the hell? Because I clearly don't look Japanese. I'm very, like, I don't look Japanese at all. So I was wondering, like, how I lost that sort of foreigner privilege. And I realized it was my fashion and my, like, makeup style and, like, hairstyle and hair color and everything. Like, it's very, like, young, like, you know, Japanese girl in her 20s sort of, like, fashion style. Like, I wear GIK and stuff like that, right? So I think they can sort of detect that you're not, like, you know, a tourist and you probably speak Japanese. That's fair. If they approach in English, I'm going to take that instead of stressing my Japanese. Yeah, because it's about, again, the least stressful experience. Like, I don't want people to stress when they talk to me as well. I love those videos of foreigners living in China. As soon as they speak to a local Chinese, they're best mates. And I think that's really cool because it shows like the very inviting culture in China as well, like how kind the people there are. I also enjoy when someone who visits Nepal actually picks up some Nepali along the way. I've met so many people who visited to meditate. Oh, I don't know any Nepali words. Chinese people pulling the "you white boy," have to say ni hao to them. Okay, speaking Chinese to people like in America or whatever, it's kind of weird because they're most likely just American. Was making friends in Japan difficult, Fish? I didn't find it very difficult, personally speaking. Because a lot of the people, I feel like, especially if you're foreign, they kind of want to be friends with you. So they can be like, oh my god, I have a foreign friend. Oh my god. I know foreigner. I know foreign people. Like, you know, they kind of like get really like, you know... They feel really proud to have like foreign friends. So I didn't find it very hard to make friends there. And I actually made quite good friends too. Like, there are lots of bots in Japan, but there are people, like non-bot people as well. So like one of my best friends, her name is, like, we'll call her Ray. She's one of my closest Japanese friends, and she's quite different from like your typical Japanese person. Like, she self-studied it. She taught herself English by just like meeting with foreigners and like, you know, just because she wanted to be exposed to other worlds. And she, like, you know, instead of going to university like the typical typical path Japanese people do, she just worked and saved up and just traveled the world. And she had like this very open mind, and she's still very Japanese as well, but she's just a little bit different. From the other direction, it's very funny when Twitter sees a white person wearing a kimono and goes, oh my god, cultural appropriation. Japan goes, nice. Yeah, that's again one of those other things that, you know, they're like, cultural appropriation. It's cultural appropriation when you're using it in a very different way. For example, I think it was like, what was it, Kim Kardashian or someone was using it like, she was kind of disrespecting something. I don't remember. So that was kind of weird, and Japanese people did think that was weird. But like when you're in Japan and you wear a kimono to, like, you know, just for the experience, that's very different. That's you appreciating their culture. That's like you going to China and wearing a hanfu, you know? Chinese people would think, oh my god, you know, you're appreciating our clothes and our culture. It's very different when you're like slicing it up, walking all over it with your, you know, and like showing quite blatant disrespect over it. That's very different. Right, bye, Pete. Did you get flirted by a Japanese guy often? I think that happens to any girl in Japan. It just happens. Especially if you're foreign. I think it's just an inevitable thing. Not gonna lie, that sounds like the one meme with someone in Japan learned English by watching Family Guy. That'd be so damn funny. Arigato Grande. No, like even Ariana Grande, right? She's still very respectful about her love for Japan. There's lots of like American artists who are very respectful about it because they genuinely like anime and stuff like that, and like they include it in their music. Like, what was it, Gwen Stefani, right? She was also like a Japan lover, but she incorporated it into her music and her fashion, but not in a disrespectful way. She did it in a very like cool way. And same with like Ariana Grande, right? Like she has like her, you know, Rila Kuma phone case and everything. Like she likes the whole kawaii culture, but she didn't do it in any sort of like disrespectful way. It was like she thought Japan was cool. Whereas that whole like Kim Kardashian thing, like she was like stepping all over a kimono or whatever and like ripping it up. That's very like I don't know, that's kind of weird. That's kind of like, even me who's quite like, you know, open-minded about that sort of stuff, that's really weird. I don't think that's right. Probably not every foreigner women, but most. Well, probably not the East Asian foreigners, no. Because I don't know, Japanese people might not be able to tell that they're not Japanese. And they're not exotic enough. My thoughts exactly, it's like a compliment, not a mockery, unless it's obviously a mockery. Yes, if it's a mockery, it's completely different. She's big in Japan, right? Ariana Grande? Or Katy Perry, I don't know. I actually don't know. If you're a white woman, then you must be. If you're Asian, then you might not. Yeah, if you're Asian, that's not exotic enough. You probably won't be flirted with unless like you're really, really good looking. You know what? Even if you're South Asian and you're really good looking, that's still different enough. So they'll probably flirt with you. Whether you're white or black or whatever, as long as you're like good looking, I guess they'll flirt with you, or good looking enough. They'll flirt with you. Because like you're exotic, you're like, ooh, oh my god. These like guys will try to like numpa you because they want to say to their friends, oh yeah, I slept with this like foreign girl. It's very weird. They're like collecting you like a trophy. That's in that case, yeah, it will happen. I feel like, I don't know, it's I've never actually experienced this behavior in any other country. It's only Japan, thinking about it. Because I've been to China, and I've been to Thailand, and I've been to Korea. And well, in China, I went to Shanghai, and like, I think they're very used to foreigners there. But in China, if you go to like a small village, they'll take pictures with you because you're like an exotic, like, you know, species. I've not really seen any like foreign people. They're very closed off, right? But they won't try to like hit on you just and exactly, they won't try to collect you like a Pokemon. They'll be like, whoa, cool person like from another place, I want to get to know them and their culture and their background. And in Korea, well, I mean, I went to Seoul and there's like lots of foreigners there, so they just don't give a crap, and like people don't really like, I guess, nampa you there unless you're like, I don't know, in Hongdae or something at night. But I didn't intend to do that. I didn't do that. And in Thailand, yeah, that didn't really happen either. But I didn't go out at night in Thailand, so I don't know. Japanese guys are stupid. I don't know what it is about Japanese guys and why they do that. Honestly, I don't know why, because like I said, I've not experienced this or seen this or heard about this happening in any other Asian country. Japan, for some reason. So I don't know. I really don't know what it is. And no, a lot of people might be like, what does that mean? Like, you know, you have to, it's only a certain type of foreigner. Yes, if you look exotic enough, yes. Unfortunately, other types of East Asian, like Korean or Chinese, and that's not exotic enough. And even like maybe Southeast Asian, it looks too similar to Japanese. It's not exotic enough. You have to have like a blatantly different skin color and different facial features, like a different nose shape and eye shape and stuff like that. And then they'll be like, ooh, they're so foreign. How quirky. Oh my god. Anyway, so that was my day with Ocean on Saturday, going back to the main topic, and that was how me spending time with Ocean on Saturday. Oh my god, it was so funny. So on Sunday, my stepdad and brother came back to drop off my little sister. Fish bro strikes again. Tell me why this... Tell me why this Oh, what can I say? What can I say? Tell me why this... Tell me why this heifer just walks in. Strolls into the flat. And goes straight to the kitchen. Opens all the cupboards. Finds a carton, like a box of like M&S chocolate Swiss rolls that I bought a long time ago and I forgot about, honestly. And says, "Hey, fish, can I have this?" And then like just grabs it and opens it and stuffs 3 of them into his mouth. Before I even said anything. I mean, yes, he could have had it anyway. I was planning to throw it in the bin, but like, you know. Why is he like that? Fish holding in the gamer words. I had to really like, it was like a quick time event in my head to like censor 3 different words I was gonna use. Fish was on a mission. Why does he do that? Every time he comes here, he rifles through the cupboards, finds all the snacks and drinks and just grabs them and eats them. Did your mum put him on a diet? I doubt it. I think it's because he's so poor now. Like he can't buy the naughty snacks from M&S. And he knows that I've got all the good stuff here. So he comes here like, ooh, Fish has got all the nice snacks in the cupboard. She's got the crisps and the sweets and things. Inhaling your pantry like Kirby. That's literally what he did. You set a trap for him. I mean, that was kind of a trap because I think I've had those Swiss rolls for a month. Do you know which one I'm talking about? They're like in a little plastic bucket and they're like mini Swiss rolls. I only wanted like 1 or 2. I bought the entire one. I was thinking, in my head, I was thinking, oh yeah, I can eat that entire bucket, but like, I think I ate like 2. And then I just kind of like left it in the pantry, and then yeah, somehow he found it. He's a growing boy who needs to eat. Just like the cheesy ramen, yeah, just like the... Actually, I'm surprised he didn't go through the ramen cupboard and try to grab more of those. I'm really surprised he didn't do that. He was just cleaning up for you. That's the only reason I didn't say no, Inev. Because I was planning to throw those anyway. So, you know, he did me a favor by eating those. I just wanted to keep the container because I wanted to use it to, like, store food and stuff. He's cultivating mass beefcake. You know what's really funny today? So I was talking to my little sister about like the origin of our names, like how my big brother got his name. So my big brother, like my brother, like his name is obviously not Fish Bro, but his name is actually like not a real name. His name is so his name is half of my dad's name and half of my mom's name, like fused. So his name is the first half of my dad's name and the first half of my mom's name, like mashed together to make a name. And when I was telling my sister about that, she's like, "It's so cringe." I was like, "How is that cringe? It's kind of cute." And my parents, you know, clearly loved each other a lot when they first had it. And, you know, does it... He has a killer name. He does. Does it fit well? Yeah, it's quite a unique name. And each name on its own is an actual name, which is pretty cool. Like, if you split his name, he's actually got, like, 2 names, but it's, like, fused to be one. And it's a very unique name. Like, there's no person with this name. Like when you Google it, there's no one that has this name. So it's pretty cool. Why has he got the fusion dance? But anyway, yeah, so his name is a fusion of my mum and dad's name. And my sister was like, "That's so cringe." I was like, "What do you mean that's cringe? That's so cute, isn't it?" She's like, "Bro has a ship name." And I was like, how do kids know about ships? Like, I laughed so hard because it's true. He literally has a ship name. Like, ship 2 people together. I was like, wait a second. It's true. He does have a ship name. It's actually my parents' name like trigger chat or chatfish. See, I don't call you guys chat, and that's how you know you don't belong here. Get out of here. His name is Norrington Esquire. No. But yeah, he's got a. I never thought. Thank you, Fish Sis, for your iPad kid, you know, quips. Yes, thank you for telling me that bro has a ship name. I never thought in my entire, you know, years of being alive, I've never thought about my older brother's name being a ship name. It's the most funniest thing in the world. Now I can't unsee it. It's so stupid. But yeah, that was really funny. Anyway, so you know, I have to use that against him in the future. I think I'm gonna use that against him in the future. It is cute. That's what I thought in it. I thought it was really cute. I thought it was super cute, like the origin of his name. Imagine the names. Okay, so my dad has quite a interesting name. Like, my dad's name is not like a common name, I think. Like, it's not like, you know, John or Peter or William or whatever. He's got quite an interesting name. And actually, there's a chip who has the exact same name as my dad. And I remember, like, when I first saw this chip's name, I was like, oh my god, you got the same name as my dad! And I've, like, never seen this name before. So, it's the first half of, like, that name. And my mom's name is quite, like, I guess, quite common, I guess? She's got a very normal name. Zero. I don't even know what Zero's name is. Anyway, yeah, so her dad's name is Mr. Oh my god, I remember. I've just had a memory unlocked. I remember there was a TV show once I was watching with my mum when I was a kid. I think I was like 7. And when the credits rolled, you know, at the end, someone in the credits had my dad's, like, first name as their surname. And I remember my mom saying, I bet that's his secret kid. And at the time, I thought she was joking. At the time, I thought she was joking because, you know, she's being sarcastic or whatever. Now as I'm older, I'm thinking about what she said. Was she being sarcastic? Was she being serious? I don't even know, but now I'm thinking about it. Anyway, she was dead serious. She probably was. She said it in a very serious way. She was like, I bet that's probably his secret kid or something. But anyway, yeah, so today, so last night, watching a movie, how can I get mad at him about this? See, that's how I thought about it. Like, she's just trying to pick a fight, but now thinking about it, it was a pretty rare name. Bartholomew Gabriel. Imagine. Bart? Fishbro's first half is Bart? But yeah, no, with Fishbro, right, all his friends call him by the first half of his name. So they all call him by the first half of his name. They don't, because his name sounds like two names put together. They just call him by the first half of it. Barty. Lord Barty. Bartholomew. William Montgomery. But anyway, the cooler part, my dad. Okay, so actually, my dad has multiple names. The name that was used as Fishbro's first half of his name, that's the name that my dad goes by, like the one that people call him, but he actually has like 3 names before that name. And I think that's quite common in like certain families. Yeah, like, you know, William Montgomery Bartholomew, like, you know, it is quite common to have like multiple names. So my dad does have one of those names, yes. So I'm obviously not going to tell you all of his names. Do they give him a bunch of ancestor names? Yeah, it tends to like happen in, I guess, more like a family history. Like, you know, there's a lot of families like that have names like that. It's not he's from a vampire family. I think it's just it tends to be like an upper middle or like upper class thing, right? It's like where they have like the long, like loads of names. But my dad absolutely hated it. Like, that's why he always went by his, like, 4th name. Because I guess the first 3 were given by William Bartholomew Wellington Daniels. But no, he didn't like the fact that he had, like, multiple names. And he didn't want to pass down that to my... He didn't want to pass that down to my brother. And that's why my brother only got 2 names. Like, he has... My brother does have a middle name as well. But, it's why my brother has like a very unconventional name for the family, like because my dad didn't want to carry down that sort of tradition. And same with me as well. Like I didn't get that sort of tradition. And my dad went so far, like he hated the fact that he has so many names, that he actually got his name changed by deed poll. Like he actually got his names removed. I think it's because my dad was also the youngest in his family, and he was quite spoiled. And he thought, yeah, it's so because like his brothers all kept their names, and they kept the same like naming standard to their children as well, to all their sons. Whereas my dad was like, no, I want to break out of this mold. I want to, you know, have just one name, and you know, blah blah. Yeah. I thought that was quite funny. Do most people have a middle name? Not really. Not a lot of people don't have middle names. Lots of people just have one name and a surname, but I think it really depends on like your family history and tradition, whether you have like the middle name or not, or like even multiple names. Because again, it is to do with like the tradition of your family naming style. But yeah, because my mom only has 2 names. No, she has 3. She has the first name, middle name, and last name. But yeah, my dad's got like multiple. You don't have a middle name? Yeah, I don't. A lot of people just don't have middle names. Honestly, I want to get my middle name removed because it's really annoying in Japan when you have more than one name. It's really annoying. Country and culture impact it highly, yeah. So like I know like with Latin American names, they do have like really long names, right? Because they take like their father and mother's name and stuff like that. You have one, you thought that was natural, Yasu? You have the most unnatural. Don't even joke, lad. Like you have the most unnatural name ever. you do not follow especially for your background. I feel like you don't have the typical like naming fashion. My grandfather didn't like his name, so went by a completely different name and named his first son that. And that son didn't like his second name and again went by a completely different name. Why does that keep happening? I had a professor who didn't have a first name. Women in her culture just had a family name. Oh, wow. I never give my middle name except when I'm defrauding a bank. And then I don't give my first name instead. Sorry, Yasa. I didn't mean to, like, drag you through the mud there. Yasa has a very cute name. He's a very cute name. His parents were weebs. Like, I still can't believe that's his actual name. Like, I still think he's like, lying to me. Because, you know why I think Yas is lying to me? Is because his name comes from a certain Japanese, like, anime. I guess it was technically a light novel first. And to me, like, in my head, that series is, like, not that old. So, to me, it seems so unrealistic that someone can have a name from that series when it's not that old. But then I remember Yasu's literally like a baby. We're back. There's a chance I can't play Apex today. It's very hot and humid in my room, and my laptop kind of just like freaked out, and my OBS crashed. I think it's a bit too overheated right now. There's a very high possibility that there's not gonna be Apex tonight, because that's gonna make my laptop grow wings and fly off. I got bopped for doxing us. How did I dox us? I didn't even say what his name was. I'll let him say his own name if he wants. Mao Mao Yasutot. That's my lawyer said you see the desist for you. Don't make me dox you. Don't make me dox you. I'll do it. Yeah, I don't know if I could play Apex. It's really hot. I don't know if my laptop might explode. This is so bad. But anyway, yeah, yesterday I wasn't streaming because I had one more interview with the Japanese school that I'm going with, and it was actually like a oral speaking it was an oral test, a Japanese test, and it went really well actually. He said that I was definitely beyond the minimum level of joining, so that went really well. But it ended very late, at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I didn't end up sleeping until about 7 o'clock in the morning. No, 8 o'clock, because obviously I had to wait for my sister to go to school. They go, well, yeah, it went really well. It was gonna be fine. It was very easy, it's conversational stuff. We're just bantering and talking about I think it's because when you answer things at a A1 level, it's very simple, my name is, I am fine, or whatever. But obviously when it goes beyond that, you can actually have a conversation and back and forth and stuff. And I think they realized from that, she's pretty conversational. So it meant that I don't have to meet any other requirements, because I already surpassed the language requirements. I passed a YAP test. Yes. Multi-year resident bath. Yeah, so that's the thing. I was the interview guy was oh yeah, your Japanese is really good, it's completely fine. I was like, well, I've been living here for almost 7 years. Obviously my Japanese is gonna be at least minimum conversation level. It's no, you'd be surprised. There are people who have lived there longer than you, and they still can't speak Japanese. So that really was mind-blowing me, but whatever. But yeah, because of that, I didn't sleep until 8. At least I didn't call Snoy to come translate. Oh, me and Snoy and I had a really big fight. So I actually asked Snoy if he could help me prepare, because I thought the interview was going to be harder. I thought it was going to be really, really hard. It's a difficult interview. So I was like, oh, can you help me prepare by just having a half-an-hour phone call with me in Japanese? Just help me speak to me in Japanese and have a conversation. And he was I asked him are you free tomorrow on Sunday evening his time, which will be Sunday morning or afternoon UK time? Are you free to help? And he was just complaining and be oh, I don't know, probably, maybe, what's the point anyway? You're not going to be able to get in, you're not going to get the visa, blah blah. Because basically at the moment the government keeps changing the requirements to even be a student now. They're trying to make it much harder to get to go to Japan to be a language student. And now, as of last month, they like updated it that you need an N5 qualification in order to join a language school now. And he's like, you don't even have an N5. Like, what's the point? You're just wasting time. What's the point of not doing this? I'm like, that's not your issue to worry about. Like, yes, the immigration website says that now. However, I think the school has more updated information. Like, the school reassured me that that is not the case because because basically the requirements are changing like almost every 2 weeks. And as of 2 weeks ago, they got an email from immigration saying, oh, they have to meet XYZ requirement now. And the requirements are you need 150 hours of study, plus you need like N5, blah, blah. And like, it's like really a lot of hoops to jump through. However, there's exemptions. For example, if you have a degree, and if you're from the UK, for example, you're exempt from all of those language requirements. You're completely exempt. So actually, even though I don't have an N5 or whatever, or 150 hours of study, like certificate or whatever, because I have a university degree and because I'm from the UK, I'm completely exempt from those anyway. However, it doesn't say that like on the website. And I told him, well, it doesn't matter because like the school has actual like information given to them by the government, like the immigration. So you don't need to worry about that. It's okay. And also, like, when I checked the website, the immigration bureau website, it said this. It said, I don't know if you're still here, Maho. If you're here, can you tell me what you think of this? Because I don't know if my Japanese is just bad. Like, she kept trying to argue, saying, you know, what's the point? You know, you don't have an N5, and the website says you need an N5 or whatever, or you need some sort of, you know, qualification. So it said, so hold on, let me find it. Are you here, Maho? Okay, hold on. Maho, give me 1 second. I'm trying to find it. So on the immigration website, it says like a whole bunch of things, but it says this. 試験または日本語履修歴により確認しています。So that basically means we'll confirm your Japanese ability through either examinations or your Japanese language study history. So I'll say it again, Maho. 試験または日本語履修歴により確認しています。So to me, I thought または and like より, like this means either or. That's what it means, right? So that means, again, it says, we'll confirm your Japanese ability through either examinations, like, you know, certificates, or Japanese language study history. And Snoya was like, and I was like, no, it literally, he sent me the link to the immigration. I was like, can you not see this part? Like, are you blind? This part says you need either or to prove your N5 ability. It's like, right? See, Maho, thank you. And he's like, where does it say that? And I literally like sent a screenshot. I like highlighted it. I underlined matawa and yori to say that means like either or. And he's like, but you still meet none of the requirements. I was like, are you thick? Like, how stupid are you? Like, it literally says here, you need the examinations listed in 1 to 12 or study history. Like, what's the confusion about? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I literally underlined the proof for you. And then I just dropped it there. And then on Sunday afternoon, which was like about 10 p.m. Japan time, I messaged him and said, okay, so these are like the questions they might ask. I don't know. I thought they were going to ask like N3 to N2 level questions. So I thought I was really like stressed. And I was like, can you like try to ask me questions like this? And he's like, I don't understand what's the point to do this. And I said, what do you mean? He's like, I don't understand where you saw that you have an exemption from having an N5. I was like, I literally sent you the screenshot. I literally underlined the part. What is the confusion here? Can you not read? You don't need to worry about this. Like, my school told me it's okay. And it literally says on the website that it's okay. And they're like, but there's a new rule since April. I was like, I took the, you know, from the website. I underlined it. And he's like, yeah, but when did you get an N5? And I was like, what? Why are you still stuck on this N5? And I said, listen, there are so many new students who are joining and they don't have N5s. Like, yeah, but they probably have N5s that are better and you don't. And I'm like, huh? And I said, listen, I've already spoken to the school about this. This is not your concern. I just need to know whether you can help me or not. So then I called, and then he was again just saying all the same thing to me, like complaining. He's like, what's the point? You don't have an N5. And I was like, he was like, and I said, you need just either or. Like, you need either the certifications, which is N5 included or whatever, or you need proof of N5 ability through study history or whatever. He's like, where does it say or? As I literally sent you the screenshot. And I didn't want to like bother arguing about it again. I was like, listen, do you want to help me or not? If you don't want to help, like, what's the point of arguing? Just say you don't want to help. Like, why are you arguing about it? He's like, well, it's so late. Why are you calling me at 10 p.m.? I was like, why did you say you can help me in the evening then? He's like, this is not evening. This is night. And I'm like, okay, why are you arguing with me for 5 minutes when you could have just literally said, no, I'm not free now? What is the entire point of this entire argument? Getting me stressed, picking on something just because you can't read because you're so thick. Like, what is the point? Just say you can't help. Like, we could have saved all this time. So guys, when I say like I get rage baited by Snoy, this is what I mean. Like, when I told you like he actually irritates me, he's being a contrarian. That's what I'm saying. Like, like I don't get it why people just can't just say no. If you don't want to help, just say no. And you know what the piss take here is? That 2 weeks ago, so I told you that he got an interview with a certain big company, right? Very Japanese, it is, and that's what irritates me so much for her. And I told you guys, right? Like 3 weeks ago to like a month ago, he had he had multiple interviews with a very big American company, and I went out of my way to like wake up early and help him with the interviews. And help him. I literally redid his CV for him. I helped him with his interviews and everything. And I didn't complain at all. It's a two-way street until it's your turn, right? And that really peed me off. I'm like, instead of complaining and making me feel bad, especially you know that sort of stuff makes me feel really bad, like asking people for favors and help. And it's just like a half-an-hour phone call. Like, I'm not asking you to do anything like a lot. Like, I actually had to cut my sleep in order to help him, right? So, like, I didn't understand the double standards here, but yes, it was really annoying. So annoying. Insanely negative for no reason. Hate those type of people. I know. It's just so annoying. Sounds like you need the 5 years of experience for this entire level job kind of thing. Yeah, so they're trying to make it like very difficult in order to like be a student in Japan now. And they're making it very, very difficult because they just don't want people to come here anymore. But yeah, the latest news by the immigration that was given to all language schools is that yes, if you're from a selected like list of countries, UK included, like and you have a degree, you're exempt from these like, you know, arbitrary rules of like having an N5 or having like certifications of like language and blah blah blah. So yeah, like and that's what I mean. Like he was like, he's like 3 steps behind. Like instead of me just picking at him being incorrect about the thing, I just went straight to the point. Like, you just don't want to help. Instead of arguing, just say you don't want to help. Like instead of just like going back and forth about the specifications. And then, okay, so then after my interview yesterday, I double checked again with my school about like 100%, like, has immigration changed anything now? Like, am I still able to like, you know, go there? And they're like, listen, we'll send you the document that we literally got from immigration 2 weeks ago. And they like highlighted and everything. So I sent it to this lawyer and said, okay, here you go. Here's your proof. This is also what, this is directly from the Immigration Bureau to the school, highlighted, where it literally says that confirmation of your Japanese abilities, either from certificates, like, you know, N5 or whatever, JLPT, or an oral interview to prove ability that you have at least N5. And the second part says, if you're from a listed country, which includes UK, and you're a graduate, you're exempt from all of that anyway. And you know what he had the audacity to say? He said, "Fun." He said, "Fun," and then he said, well, it's not my problem anyway. And I was like, that's all you have to say? After all that fuss you kicked up, you can't even admit that you can't read? He's like, yeah, not my problem. And I said, but I literally sent you on the official immigration site. I literally underlined where it said like matawa, like or. And he's like, yeah, but there's no indication of the or requirements. There's no specifics of the or. I was like, the or literally says Japanese language study history. Yes, it doesn't say the specifications because the specifications are up to the school. So, oh my god. And then when I was like, so are you saying that matawa doesn't mean like either or? And he just ignored it. And he's like, well, just be a human and ask at people's convenient times. I was like, how am I supposed to know your convenient times if you didn't even tell me? He's like, well, don't ask me before I go to bed. I was like, how am I supposed to know your bedtime? He's like, not my problem, you asked so late. Sorry for the rant. Isn't that so annoying? I asked for such a simple thing for help. And, you know what I mean? I didn't need his help anyway, because, like, again, it was completely fine. It was simpler than I thought. But still, imagine just kicking up all that fuss because you're just too stupid and you can't read. Still wouldn't have hurt to have the call. You know, if anything, right? I don't understand the extreme negativity of a 30-minute phone call. If anything, it put me in a very upset mood. So I'm glad that I was able to... And for me to, like, reset my mental state, I have to sleep. So I had to waste time during the daytime to go back to sleep to reset my mental. Otherwise, I would have had a really bad time at the interview. I would have been in a very negative headspace. So I had to, like, reset my brain. Like, by sleeping for 5 hours. It was a half-an-hour phone call. I mean, to be honest, it didn't even need half an hour. Just even 10 minutes. But yeah. I feel like if they say, where does it even say that? It's already a bad faith argument. Yeah. You're getting second-hand frustration. I think I was trying to explain to you guys in the past before, like, why I don't like Snoy sometimes. Because he never... He's like 3 steps behind mentally. Like... I think obviously he just doesn't want to help, right? But he's like hung up on the wrong thing. Instead of just saying directly, I don't want to help, I'm not free. He goes around and skirts around the issue and starts complaining about 10 different things instead that are not relevant. Don't know why you get caught up on that. Stupid people. Fish is such a good friend. I know! I helped with all 3 of his interviews. I was helping him and stuff. Do you wish you can go back in time and undo your CV improvements? No, I don't. But, you know, I'm still annoyed that I got treated like that, I guess. Friendship doesn't necessarily have to be transactional, but... It's not transactional, but, like, if you're willing to go out your way for someone, if they're just not going to do anything for you, then it feels very like you're being used. Okay, thank you. I don't need your help. Goodbye. Maho? That is exactly what I said before I hung up. I was like, you know what? Never mind. Sorry for bothering. I don't need your help. Goodbye. And I literally just disconnected the call. That's exactly what I said. Smart from Japan to make a rule and pick exemptions. Well, you know what it means, don't you, Inev? They don't want foreigners from certain countries. If you're from America or Canada or the UK or Australia, it's completely fine. Or New Zealand. But if you're from... like non-English countries, you gotta meet the other requirements. Like the exemptions are basically Canada, America, New Zealand, Australia, and the UK. I don't think at this point he cared whether you're right or not. Yeah. No, because I genuinely thought he had a misunderstanding. I was like, wait, you can't read? It literally says, like, you know, in Japanese. Like, my Japanese is not so bad that I don't understand what matawa and yori means. Like, it literally means either or. Why are you still wasting time? Exactly! I'm like, what's the point of arguing about this? Why are you wasting my time? Just say no, bro. Just say no. Like, stop wasting my time. I think someone just clearly knows better than the immigration and the school system. He's like, well, because they weren't specific enough on their website, it's not my fault. It's like, if I'm telling you that the school knows what they're doing, why would the school waste all that money and time applying if they know they're going to get rejected? He's like, yeah, well, these schools are dumb, you know? And he said something quite racist, which I won't repeat. He's Japanese and he's basically implying, like, you know, the schools are run by, like, another countries or another country citizen, and they're just using schools as like visa mills or whatever. It's not one of those schools, but there are schools like that, is true, but this is not one of those schools. This school that I'm applying to is quite a big and famous, like, reputable school. So yeah, so he's quite racist because he's Japanese. So he said something quite like racist, which made me really like annoyed, because he was implying that they were just basically like scamming and they don't know what they're doing and blah blah. I'm like, I'm literally picked a really expensive reputable school for a reason. Like, I'm not going there just to get a visa. I'm going there because I want to study Japanese, like, a genuinely study Japanese, and I want to get a qualification in it. Like, I assure you that they know what they're doing. And I feel bad that I even like they even sent me proof of like what immigration sent them as well. But you did ask him beforehand. Yeah, I did. I asked him on a day beforehand. Just wondered if you hated that day. I don't know what the hell was wrong with him. He's just mentally weird. Telling the story again makes you annoyed all over again. No, it doesn't. I'm not one of those people. When was the last time you checked up on your flat through the cameras? About 3 days ago. Everything looks fine. They tolerate Americans? Yeah, so, well, that's a very silly question, Carl, but I'm not gonna, you know, say anything about that. Gotta have the perception of money. There's a difference between transaction friendships and actively putting your friend down for zero reason. Yes, there is. Because Japan is the 51st state. Okay, there you go. Maha said it. Yes. There you go. Maha can say it. Maha can say it. There you go. Cole, there's your answer. Hey, Maha can say. I can't say it. Maha, as a Japanese person, has the right to say that. It's also Americans with degrees, which are also different from the American tourists that famously cause problems. Yeah. You have to have a degree. So, guess I don't want to be friends with Snowy then. I don't think he like treats any of his other friends that way. I think it's just me. And remember what I was telling you before, like you guys ages ago, like how I guess he like I think I did tell you this about Snowy before. Like he sort of like he puts himself into like he like 1v1s me in his head. How do I explain this? Like, he sees me as very smart and, like, you know, and if there's any sort of, like, one-up he can get on me, he'll take it just for his own, like, sort of, like, ego purposes. And this is, like, a common thing he's been doing for, like, ever since we've been friends, right? And, but I did tell you guys that he's been doing this ever since the beginning of our friendship. Remember I told you guys about the McDonald's story? Like, I think he feels because he told me this before. He told me that he admitted to me before, because I told you I stopped being friends with him for a while because I got too like upset by this sort of behavior that he does. And you know, and after like a year of not talking, like I asked him like, why were you behaving like that towards me? Like, why do you keep arguing with me like that? And he told me, yes, because I feel like inferior to you, and blah, because he has his own like, you know, this is maybe like all Japanese people, but he has like, you know, self-esteem issues, and like he hates himself, blah blah. And he likes being friends with me because, like, you know, he perceives me as like smart and whatever, and everyone else is a bot, and he thinks he's like, I guess, kind of like smarter than the bots, but he still feels inferior to me for some reason. And because of that feeling of inferiority, he likes to sort of like put me down in any sort of like, in any way he can, if he has the opportunity. So and yeah, he did like admit that. And ever since he admitted that, right, we've only been like very like surface level friends, so to the point where nothing like that could like happen again, like an argument. So this is our first argument or like fight since then. And I guess because it mentally thought, oh yeah, because I can read this immigration website because I'm Japanese and you don't understand Japanese, blah blah, you don't even have an N5, you pleb, kind of thing. yeah, again, remember his Japanese ability, which makes no sense because he's Japanese. Of course, he's going to know how to speak Japanese. His Japanese ability was the one thing that he was able to ever like hold against me or hold above me, because that's knowledge that he has that I don't have. But that's just stupid and redundant, because, you know, the very simple Japanese, like I highlighted, like matawan yori, like that's so simple. And when I said to him, well, does that not mean either or? Like, he had nothing to say to it, right? He's like, yeah, but it doesn't specify what the either or is. I was like, it literally does. It's right there. I underlined it. I don't know. I don't like that behavior. And he's not the only, like, male who has done this. So, and that's why I was, you know, the other time I was telling you guys I was being really sad about it. Like, you know, a lot of men see me as like competition because they feel they like want me in their own head and like feel inferior, like whatever. And it all happens in their own head. Like, I've got nothing to do with this, and they treat me like differently because of that. And like in a harsh way, and I don't like it because I feel like it's really unfair, because I'm just still a normal person, and I don't try to like, act like I'm some like, you know, superior person or anything. Yes, I can be a little bit mean, I can be a little bit condescending, but like, let's say I have a wide breadth of topics I can talk about. That's not because I'm particularly more intelligent. That's just because I have interest in knowing a wide range of topics about the world and history and, you know, stuff like that. It's not because, you know, I'm trying to be intelligent or whatever. So that's gone. So their inferiority complex has nothing to do with me. So why do I have to like be a victim of it? I recently got in touch with an old friend. He's become racist too. I think Snowy's always been racist because he's Japanese. Sorry, that's just the truth. Because like his parents are racist, because they're like very typical Japanese people. So I guess like when your parents are racist, you like grow up a bit racist. Like, he's not like openly racist, but like in the way that Japanese people are racist, of very xenophobic as well, and, you know, just very like Japan #1, you know. Yes, to make you small so he can be big. Yeah, it's a male ego thing, I think. Because I've never actually experienced this with any like girls. No, like women have ever done that to me. It's always been a man. I'm smarter than the others. He's one of those people, Maho. Like, I'm smarter than these other Japanese bots. He has that sort of mentality because he grew up abroad, right? He sees himself as very different, and like, I'm not like all these other Japanese people who just like were born and raised in Japan. I was raised abroad, you know, blah blah. So I'm different. It does sound like negging, like a pickup artist strat. No, he's not doing that to try and put. He's not. Okay, the pickup artist people who do negging, they're doing that to kind of break women mentally so they can like be with them. That's not why Snowy does that. It's just, again, it's a more inferiority complex with him. Like, he's not trying to like date me or anything. That's definitely not the case. He's already got a girlfriend as well. Typical Japanese man talk. Yeah, it is. It does happen a lot with Japanese people, honestly. Some people are just a loud one, hoping you capitulate and don't want you to argue back logically. But I'm literally the Logihara queen. Why does he sound like the petty ex? Oh my god. God forbid. I feel bad for any woman that dates... I mean, okay, that's kind of mean. I feel bad for any woman who dates him and has to be subject to that, okay? I mean, I don't know if he treats his girlfriends like this, because I don't think he does. I don't know. Maybe he does. He's never told me if he does this sort of stuff with his girlfriends. Or his past ex-girlfriends or whatever. But it seems like the girls he dates aren't like very intelligent. So I don't think he would be doing that with them. Casual racist thing, then it's more like, you know, typical Japanese people not liking other Asians and thinking they're the superior Asian, basically.
And also Japan tends to have like a certain viewpoint on, let's say, Korean people, Chinese people, and also Filipino people. They have a very like certain mindset towards these Asian people. So he has very typical mindset like that. I sure hope he doesn't. No, because like he's a very nice person. Otherwise, like other than this inferiority complex, he's a quite a nice person. And I'm sure he'd be like in a good in a relationship if he didn't subject any of his ex-girlfriends or his current one to like, you know, that sort of treatment. And it's bad for anyone in that situation being put through that. I think a lot of women, or a lot of people, okay, not even women. I think a lot of people, when you're like, there are two types of people. There's lots of types of people in this world, but there's just like certain types of people who are just a bit dumb, you know? They're a bit dumb. They argue, but they don't really know what the actual issue is. They're picking on random things, but they're not actually getting the main issue. Like for example, I'm able to deduce that the main issue he doesn't want to help me. But he's like 5 steps behind and hasn't gotten to that yet. He's like still picking on the fact that he can't understand the immigration website. Whereas I'm already like 5 steps ahead. I'm getting, okay, so we can resolve all of the things that you're talking about. But the fact of the matter is you just don't want to help. So how about we just skip all of the stuff you're arguing about and get to the main point? You don't want to help. And for example, like the McDonald's thing I told you guys about, like how he got angry because I spent like 10 seconds trying to read the sources, right? And pick what sauce I wanted or whatever. And he got angry. He was like picking on the fact that, oh, you know, it's because you made the cashier wait, or it's because you can't read Japanese, or blah, blah. But the main thing is he was frustrated because he felt embarrassed that he was with, you know, standing next to me, and he felt, I mean, he's the one that felt embarrassed, I guess. So it's a him problem. But obviously he doesn't see that until his hand is held and he's led step by step to get to that point to understand that was the main underlying issue. Whereas I can detect the underlying issue like instantly, right? Some people can't do that. They're just 5 steps behind and constantly 5 steps behind. Like I told you, it took him years to understand that what he did to me, like all these arguments, was because of an inferiority complex. It took him years to get that. So that's what I mean. I've got plenty of soft racism when I was stationed in Iwakuni. Like, I want to say it's a whole of Asia thing, but it's actually, like, it's not. Like, each Asian country has their own sort of, like, superiority thing going on, but for very different reasons. Like, China has theirs because, obviously, they were kind of at the beginning of civilization, and they, like, see themselves on a whole different plane of existence anyway. So it's nothing to do with, like, you know, oh, you're XYZ, because they thought, well, you're all originally from China anyway. So, like, they don't see it in that same way. Whereas Korea and Japan have a very different type of, like, superiority kind of thing going on. It's easy to be nice if you surround yourself with people who don't challenge you. Yeah, I think so. But I think, to be honest, he probably does treat his girlfriend or his exes, he probably did treat them badly in a very different way. Like, he was probably condescending to them because they weren't very smart or whatever. I don't know. I feel like getting to the roots of it and cutting through the crap would actually just make him more annoyed. Yeah, it does, because he's still mentally not there. He still hasn't skipped through those steps to get to the point I was. So that lack of understanding would make him more annoyed. And that's basically what happened in our, like, 5-minute phone call. Like, I had to basically speed him through the process and understand what the main issue was, which is, like, he just didn't want to help. Nobody wants to say I don't want to help because I'm a prick. They just need to name excuses. Yeah, because I was, like, talking to Ocean about that today as well. Because I think that's very, like, normie, very neurotypical behavior to do that. You're so patient. Oh, I'm not patient. That's why I'm Lojihara. I'm not patient. It's literally every country everywhere. Yeah. I'm talking about Asian ones specifically though. Nepali racism is directly inwards because lots of ethnic groups. Yeah. That also happens a lot in Asian countries as well, like towards their own ethnic groups. With source issues, are you from Nepal? That's so cool. Sounds very different to Japanese racism. Yeah, Japanese. Okay, you have to understand the thing about Japanese racism, right? It stems deeply from history. You have to go all the way back to the Three Kingdoms era. You've got to go back to the 500s and 600s. But you've got to go all the way back to understand the history and how, like how it originated. For example, right? China has loads of ethnic groups, and one of their ethnic groups was called like Wa, the people of Wa, right? So Japan was an island near China, and the people, the Chinese ethnic group or whatever that was on this island were the people of Wa. And actually Japan, before it was called Japan, was called like the Kingdom of Wa, right? And because they already established like their own little thing going on that island, they decided, hey, you know what? We're gonna go over to China and we're gonna say we're pretty much a different own country. Like at this point, we kind of want to separate from China. Like, you know, we don't want to be part of you anymore. And we're gonna change our name. Instead of the people of Wa, we're gonna become Nippon. You know, so like we don't wanna like, you know, we're gonna become the land of the rising sun. So we're not gonna be the Wa people, you know. so they were like, yeah, so we wanna have some independence, and that's basically how like Japan came about. It all came about from their own feeling of we're so proud of our Wa heritage and our Wa people that we want to become our own country, and you know, we're the sun rising country. You guys are like, you know, not that. Like I told you, like there's a deep history there. Calling China the emperor of the setting sun. Yes, exactly. They did that. They did, yeah. So he called himself the emperor of the rising sun. He's like very toony, right? Like, yes, we're the emperor. I'm the emperor of the rising sun, and you guys are the emperor of the setting sun. China, like, what the hell? What is wrong with you? But yeah, that's so because of that, like, sort of origin, right, of Japanese people. Japan is the Wales of China. That is an incredible way to put it, Stinky. Yes, that's an incredible way to put it. They're the Wales of China. Oh my god. British people get this. I don't know if anyone else does. Where does Ainu fit in all this? Well, when the people of Wa decided to take Japan, well, you know what happened to the Ainu. So, I support this message. That's what I mean by China's just literally above all of this. They're like, our silly people kind of thing. Because they all came from China originally, so they never really saw it as like, we see you as different. Because China has so many ethnic groups as it is. It was just, oh, it's just another ethnic group doing their little throwing a tantrum kind of thing. They don't see it the same way. When I say they're like a whole different plane, I mean it. Like, they're not on the same kind of plane. Because historically, they didn't need to be. And that's when, going back to the main thing, is that's why Japan's like flavor of like nationalism and racism is very different. It stems from history. Is this law accurate? I mean, I'm really like simplifying everything, but yeah. But yeah, why did I get onto this topic? Oh yeah, because I was telling you what I was doing last night. Yeah, anyway, the interview went fine. The interview was perfectly fine. I was having a perfectly normal conversation. It was actually a very simple interview. He reckoned I was about like N3 level conversationally anyway, which I wasn't too pleased to hear because I kind of wanted to be in more beginner courses. So I'm hoping, like, I don't know, let's see how it goes in the placement test. Because again, I'm better at like speaking compared to, I don't know, like writing or whatever, or like reading and stuff. Not that I'm better, no, I'm not very good at speaking, but still, I still want to start from the basics because I want to get full, because everything I've had nothing was from like formal study. So I want to be able to like learn from the basics from the beginning, like formally. 6 segue, thanks. It's in the viewpoint. I think Koreans will be upset though. No, because the 3 kingdoms include Korea as well. So the same kind of thing happened. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so Ocean decided to visit this afternoon, and I showed her around the local area, showing her all the fancy things. And one of the places I took her was, I think I told you guys this before, but there's like a vegetable shop, like a fruit and vegetable shop. It's very fancy because they've got like imported fruits and vegetables from all around the world. And there's fruits and vegetables that I've never ever seen. We're getting placed higher, give you a shorter course. No, it won't. It'll be the same length, but obviously I'll progress to a different level. But I don't know, like, again, I've never learnt Japanese properly. And obviously they'll teach you like basic grammar stuff only from like the more basic course. I want to learn grammar properly, not just through immersion. Anyway, so they have like fruit and vegetables from all around the world and stuff I've never seen before. So I bought quite a few things. I bought like these really tiny baby mangoes I've never seen before. And another thing I bought was something called, oh God, I forgot what it was called. It's a Vietnamese apple. I've never seen this thing ever. It's called like a Vietnamese apple and it looks like a red pepper. A rose apple? Vietnamese rose apple, I think it's called. Google it. Or maybe no, I'll show you guys a picture. Yeah, let me show you guys a picture. I've never seen this fruit in my entire life. And the fruit has like a butthole, so I'm really scared. It's got an orifice. So I kind of left it soaking in like bicarbonate soda and lemon juice to hope that any like creepy cories that might be hiding in its orifice would come out, but it seemed to be pretty clean. This is what it looks like. Look, it's got a butthole. Look at this. So it's called a Vietnamese rose apple. Shaped like a bell, this unusual red fruit has a crispy and juicy flesh with a watery texture much like a melon. Oh. They can be described like an unripe pear with a splash of rose water. Oh. See, I've never seen this fruit before and I thought it was quite interesting, so I bought this. Looks like a divorce sleep. Glad your apple has a clean orifice. Yes, I made sure to clean it just in case I'll like, you know, any creepy crawlies hiding inside it. You don't like it? The orifice is what scares me. Like, why is this orifice so big? Like, look at that. Why does it look like that? Saying something has an orifice reduces my desire to eat it right now. You want me to call it a butthole instead? Is that what you want? This rose apple's butthole? A baboon bum. Yeah, so I'm gonna try that out. I'm quite curious. I haven't tried the Ocean. Tried one of the baby mangoes, and she said it tasted exactly like a normal mango. So that was a bit disappointing. And anyway, so I took her around. I showed her around, and then we decided to stop at a French cafe for like a coffee and something to eat. And my sister came home from school then, so she joined us. And so I went to this French cafe before. So remember my rant at the beginning of this stream? I was telling you about how like no one gives good service anymore, but you're still charged a massive service fee, a service charge. So I had the same experience today again. All the tables in the cafe were dirty. So there were lots of free tables, but none of them were clean. And I just saw the two guys who were working there were just leaning against the counter on their phone, just like, I don't know what they were doing. And then we just stood there awkwardly and said, well, are any of the tables free? They're like, yeah, we can clean one up for you. So one of them went and cleaned just one table and left the rest dirty. And when I say clean the table, I meant they removed the stuff on the table. So there was still like dirt on the table, which they didn't bother wiping. And they didn't bring any like, so they kept all their like cutlery and stuff in like a teapot. It's like, I suppose it looks like kind of hipster. And they kept the napkins in this teapot as well. And they didn't bring one of those teapots over. But this time I actually asked, could you bring us some cutlery and napkins, please? So they brought one over. And it goes to French cafe, staff fries and stuff. The staff were English. They were 100% English boys. Anyway, so he brought one over and like, okay, fine, whatever. So we ordered our food and our drinks. And last time I came to this cafe, I was not happy with the drinks. It was really bad. But I got just a latte this time. And the latte was okay. It was kind of weak. It was kind of basic. It wasn't bad. It wasn't offensive. It was fine. But we ordered food as well. And actually, to my surprise, the food was really good. It actually tasted like something you'd eat in Paris or something like France. So the pastries were really good. And we got like a sausage roll as well. Sausage roll, a pastry, and we also got like a Basque cheesecake. And actually, all of the things are really tasty. Now, we shared one cheesecake because it's very rich and we didn't want to have like one each. So I got like the cutlery out from this teapot. Tell me why the cutlery was dirty, like it had food residue on it. 12.5%, by the way, gratuity for this. So not only was the table dirty, and there's like dirt on the floor as well, by the way, because I didn't clean the floor. The cutlery was dirty. And at that point, I was like, I'm not going to bother trying to call them over. Like, at least the cook was there. The cook was not there. I'm assuming they must have, like, it's delivered. Like, there's desserts and stuff are delivered. How does something taste French? It tastes good and tastes very buttery. Fish egg cheesecake? Yeah, I did. Okay, Basque cheesecake is different. Basque cheesecake, it tastes very creamy. You mean extra flavor? No, Taco, I do not want to eat someone's food residue. That's a 0. No, I didn't tell them to remove the gratuity. Like, I should have. Honestly, I really should have. But yeah, this is what I mean. And before someone says, yeah, but it's because they're overworked and underpaid. That cafe pays £14.75 per hour. And the cafe was not busy. They were not overworked. I literally saw both of them just chatting, leaning against the counter, and going on their phones. So before you say, yeah, but you know, well, overworked and you know, these poor Zoomers. No, they were just lazy. And those dishes were washed by hand, by the way. There was no dishwasher. They just didn't wash it properly. They probably just soaked it and like didn't actually wash it. No, they were not understaffed. This was a very small cafe, very small. 2 people are enough, and they weren't busy. This is a weekday afternoon. The people there were just old ladies because they don't have jobs, so they're old. There's just retired old ladies, or like, you know, these like housewives. Like there was like, it was not busy. They were just lazy. And again, this is what I'm saying. That this is what the service that I have to put up with and pay for. Again, like I said, the only reason I'm complaining about this is because I have to pay for it. If I'm not charged like service charge, or if the fact they had the audacity to charge service charge for this poor service. This is standard service level now. Yes, that's what I'm complaining about, Maho. And people are making excuses. Yeah, I mean, the poor overworked Zoomers. No, if you're not giving service, if this is your standard service, don't charge service charge. If I'm the one that has to I have to use my own wet wipe from my bag to clean the table. You pay me instead. why am I having the one ticking the table? I just didn't pay. Yeah, no, honestly, I should have just like said take it off. I should have. But you know what? Yeah, this is the last straw. Actually, this is the last straw. I'm gonna tell them to take it off. It's just usually when you tell them to take it off, they like kick up a fuss like, oh, but why? Why do you have to? You know, why don't you want to pay it? Or is there something wrong? You know what? Yeah, I just didn't want to be a Karen. I just didn't want to be a Karen. Like, Ocean was already joking about me being a Karen when I was complaining about the dirty table and the food on the floor that I had to step on. I literally had to stepped on a squishy sweet corn and it went all over my shoes, and I didn't like that. Don't really have too much of a problem with the phone stuff. If you're on your phone because it's actually there's like nothing to do and there's like, you know, you've done everything, go ahead. I don't care either. But if people need to be served and you need to be doing your job but you're just on your phone, that's a completely different thing. Man up, fish? Yeah, you mean Karen up, right? My hometown has an Italian restaurant that was run by a really lovely Italian man who used to hop around on his one leg to chat with customers. Aww. You know what service I really like? You know E-Polici's, that English breakfast cafe in London? I love their service. It's so funny. They're so, like, unabashedly, like, East London. But I'm actually good at what they do that I would happily pay service charge. Service fee for taking the order and serving the food and drink. Yes, and might I add, when they were serving the food and drink, they're spilling half of it on, like, the coffee was served obviously like on a saucer and a mug, but they splashed like half of it so it went all over the saucer. I don't. That's just not what I expect from establishments that charge like service fee. That's all I'm saying. I'm not criticizing these people. I just think they should be working at like a cafe, like at Pret or like, I don't know, Starbucks or something instead. They shouldn't be working at this expensive like French cafe. I'm not gonna drink half of my coffee from the saucer like I'm a dog. Is that too Karen of me to say? Do I sound like a Karen right now? Tip is a tip. I'll give you a tip if you do a good job. No, but now they see tip and service charge as different. They're seen as two different things. Isn't that crazy? You said it's owned by old ladies? No, I never said that it was owned by... I said the customers there were all old ladies or like housewives. People who'll be free at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, basically, on a Monday. It's only going to be retired old women and like housewives. You sound like Americans do when they have to tip bad service. See, if they start introducing tipping as well as service charge, I'll actually go feral. You'd have to hold me back. You know that rabid dog gif? That'd be me. Do you think I should risk trying to play Apex right now? You think my laptop will blow up? As far as I'm concerned, service charge is tipping. It is, yes, but they charge that separately. Like service charge is service charge and tipping is tipping. But like, you're being paid for your service. That is your salary. Kind of want to see that. Oh, my laptop blowing up. Give me a second. Let's find out. Do you have an ETA in the fish machine? No, I think it's still being built. The problem is, because of the RAM shortage, it's taking a while to get some of the parts to build the PC. Because they have to like order it and like it's not in stock and stuff like that. So it's because of that, there's some delays. Oh, you want to see me being an angry rabid dog? My laptop blowing up. Turn my laptop into the mother load. Right, give me a second. Okay. How long have I even been streaming? Because I can't see. Because my stream restarted. Let me see. Can't wait to see the new PC if we can see it. Oh, I'll definitely show you guys the new PC. Don't worry. I would 100% show you. Actually, speaking of showing you guys stuff, I received a draft of the plushie. Because remember, we met the plushie goal! I got a draft of the plushie and I really want to show you guys. Will it have RGB? I think it will, yes. But yeah, I got the draft of the plushie. So cute. It's so cute. I wonder if I can show you guys. You guys want to see? Do you guys want to see it? It's just the drawer up. Hold on. Where is it? Can the plushie have RGB too? Are you gonna pay like £1 billion for it? Okay, let's do a poll. Shall I show you? Shall I show you the plushie draft? Five likes and I show it. Wait, I need to find it. Where is it? Hang on. Where is it? Sorry, there's like so much going on at the moment. There's so much going on. Because I've got like a whole bunch of projects that everything's being mixed up in like different places. I don't know where it is. Give me 1 second. Where did it go? Where did it go? Wait, I swear I saw it somewhere. Oh my god, I didn't mean to like... Sorry, you know what? This is kind of like building up suspense. I guess it's somewhere else. Maybe here? Let's see. No. Okay. Where? Okay, bear with me. Bear with me. Yes, I found it. Okay. I found it. Love democracy. I am the most democratic streamer after all. Wow! Crazy! Okay. Where did I put it? Where did it go? Oh, there it is.
Oh god, it's huge. Like me. Okay, I'm only gonna show you one part of it. I'm gonna show you one part. So remember I told you guys that it's gonna be... You're gonna be able to like dress it up and like remove the clothes so you can like make your... You can like get your own clothes for it as well. Here, so this is the current like draft for it. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Do you like it? Do you like it? Is it one of the 20 centimeter ones? I don't know. 15 maybe? 15 to 20. I don't know. It's not going to be... I don't think it's going to be that big.
Contributed $4.04 to the server. I'll take 3.
Bah. Sticky, thank you so much. What do you mean the blender? Why would you throw it into the blender? Dip it in water and throw it at the wall? A plug suit. You can't put a plug suit on it. Then that'll fit. The jacket's so good. Yeah, so you can like remove the jacket. And you can like remove each individual part as well. I don't think you can remove the clip. You're gonna hold it by the fin. Don't do that! But yeah, it's this is what it's looking like at the moment, so... Yeah, I'm excited for it. Yay! Get like a red panda hoodie and put it on. The face puts it together. So what do you guys think about the face? Does it look like me? A full leather outfit? I don't know if you could fit that on a doll. You put it on the Buddha shrine. I think they did the eyes like really accurately. The expression I'd have if you're trapped. Why would I be trapped on your deck? What would I be trapped in? Display case. With my mouse pads, you're gonna help you aim. Anyway, so, alright, let's see. I know it's been about 3 hours of yapping, but let's see if Apex will explode my laptop. Sorry, don't, there's something going on, at the moment. Gotta do some hacking. Don't worry though. Don't worry. Just gotta reply to lots of things. I've got like 10 notifications right now to reply to, so I'm like trying to like halfway do it at the same time. You know, Avis will spray my brain with a new update. Okay, it's not my brain that's gonna be exploded. It's my laptop. My laptop is so loud right now. Do you want to hear what my laptop's doing right now? Do you want to hear? You want to hear? Hold on. That's my laptop, everyone. It is very loud right now.
It's cooling down a little bit. It's really hot in my room. It's really hot in my room, so my laptop is suffering and struggling right now, and obviously very dusty and dirty because this dirty, disgusting area I'm living in. So I'm actually like scared running Apex will just make things like it's gonna overheat me as well. Those noise filters doing such amazing work. Yeah, but I was like watching some of my streams and you can hear it even as I'm talking right now. You can hear the shh behind me as I'm talking. But yes, no, Miori's filters are like insane. Because of her filters, like I can actually I can actually talk. You're currently in a typhoon. I am in my basement. The echo on top of it is magnificent. Hey, is my voice echoing? Yeah, the reverb should be off. Oh, you mean me? Oh, it was picking up my voice on top of my other mic. Ah, yeah. God, my other mic on. Maybe we shouldn't try Apex. I think, honestly, I might have to just postpone Apex. I think because today is too hot, it's too humid at the moment. So I'm not going to be able to... I just might need a fan or something in my room, something to make it cold. I remember my laptop getting so hot, it burned my palm when I gamed. I can't afford to damage this laptop, that's the thing. I can't afford to... I need to be taking this laptop with me everywhere. Thank you, Miori, you're the goat. She is the goat. She's my goat. Yeah, okay. You know what, guys? I think I'll change today's stream. I'm also gonna finish. I've got a lot of work to do, guys. I'm not gonna lie. You're feeling nervous from me tapping away. Think about how nervous I am. I'm feeling nervous because there's a lot of stuff I need to do. Oh, deadlines, so many deadlines. I think I'm gonna stop a little bit early today. I haven't made my sister's lunch either. I'm gonna stop a little bit early and focus on getting the stuff done. Because I'm getting nervous now, looking at all my notifications. There's stuff I need to do. It's my birthday soon. Bro needs a rest and a dusting. I literally dust every day. Actually, so Ocean got me a present. She got me some tea cloths from Sweden. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to use one of them to cover my laptop. Now I have a spare cloth. I'm not gonna lie, what if you cut out some squares from medical masks and put them on front of the intake fans until you get air purifier? Do you think that would work? Isn't that gonna like make it overheat more? Scrandal stream. Oh, I can't do it. I don't have time to do that right now. We'll do a Scrandal stream on Friday. We'll do Scrandal on Friday. Instead of eating noodles. Put some pre-recorded Apex gameplay in the corner, yap over it. Oh my god, like I'm stealing someone's content. Is that React content? The React content you guys wanted? And then let me just open this. Okay, I'm gonna change stream. I'll change the thumbnail. Buh. Alright, thumbnail and title changed. See, now it's not a scan stream. I didn't know today was gonna be so hot though. Like I'm literally burning up in my room right now. I'm actually like feeling like I feel very clammy at the moment. You'll become the perfect Twitch streamer, react to Apex content. The new stream isn't up yet, it's on the schedule. Yeah, I haven't made the thumbnail for it yet. I've been busy, you guys. Listen, I only have nighttime to work on stuff, right? To work on my stream things. And last night I was really busy with the school interview stuff, so I barely had the time to even make the schedule and the current thumbnails. So because the noodle stream's on Friday, I thought, okay, I'll just work on that one tonight, like this evening. It's already 1 a.m. So I've got to work on that thumbnail today, and I've also got to reply to like a billion different things. I'm really, really busy. That's why I can't extend the stream anymore. But yeah, it will be up. Don't worry. That waiting room will be up. I just need to make the thumbnail. I didn't have the time last night. You'd watch if I did React content. Wait, do I actually make that face when I'm doing something? Is it actually hot? Darn soft. It's bare chilly up north. It's really, really humid right now. It's super humid. Noodle stream. Yeah, that means you guys have to eat noodles as well on Friday. You guys will eat the noodles, right? You guys have to eat the... you also need to tell me which noodles to get, because I don't know anything about the buldak thing, so I need to know which one is good for this challenge. Three times spicy? 2 times spicy. The one that has a bigger number. Can I just get 2 times then? Tap it up. Do you like the sound of my keyboard, guys? Did you already do the 2 times? I think I did the 1 times. I did the black one. That was 1 times, right? Oh yeah, so we did say 2 times. Okay. You like the noise of something else on stream more? My fan. What do you mean a seizure? I'm giving you new passwords! Free passwords! These are free passwords. You found the black and the 2 times only. Yeah, I only found the black one when I got it in Japan. So, I think I can probably find the 2 times. I'm giving you free passwords to use, safe passwords that I definitely won't be able to figure out. Even though I'm a hacker, I won't be able to figure these out at all. Anyway, hope you guys are excited for the plushie. Progress is going well. I'm hoping I can actually release it maybe at the end of next month. I don't know how long it's going to take for, like, you know, all the production stuff. But hopefully end of June we can get the plushie, and we'll do the chibi stream next month too as well. And what else was it? Hold on, let me check. Where did I put my goals? Well, what were the other goals? Well, the Twitch stream can't happen until I get the new PC. ASMR stream. Oh yeah, that is also gonna happen, yes. But I could that one. I also have to wait until I have to wait for the new PC for that one because I think because ASMR, right? We don't want to hear the fan sound in the back, and I need to find I need to buy a mic for it as well, like those split ear mic things, the split sound mics. I need to get a new mic, but also again because it's going to be very sound sensitive, I think I have to wait until I get the new PC so we don't hear like shh in the background. On American chocolate. Well, that one I have to wait till I go to America because I need to get the chocolate. So that's going to be in July when I get the chocolate. So I guess the stream realistically will either be at the end of July or end of August or in September. Sell your kitty for the plushie. I mean, I don't know if we can decide the price, but hopefully the plushie won't be too expensive. Find out Freddy's. Oh yeah, that too. Fish Bro. Yeah. Oh yeah, I need to figure out a way to like, so you guys can like ask him questions. I think there's like a Q&A feature in the YouTube chat, so I think you guys can like send questions on the Q&A feature and I'll get him to like reply on like in the chat. Fan ASMR. Yeah, I can make you guys can have the ASMR on my laptop fan. You thought it was gonna be something like Fish Beats You ASMR? What? Do you want to get beaten with a fan in the background? Or do you want to get beaten in HD? Is Mara not good enough? We could do through Marrows, I guess. Do you guys want to do it through Marrows? Because we could just do it through the YouTube chat. You could ask him on stream and you tell us what he says. Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like you ask on stream, you send your questions on stream through the question feature. And he'll like, you know, choose which ones he wants to answer. HD beatings, please. Beats in HD is wild. Whoa, listen, I'm committed. I'm gonna do this properly. I think YouTube chat would be a bit more dynamic. Yeah, that's what I think as well. Might be better to have the questions pre-vetted. Yeah, that's you can do that through YouTube chat. So this is the feature, if you guys don't know about it. So you guys can send questions. You guys can send questions and I can see the questions. Obviously, I can choose which ones to answer. Is this foolproof? You can censor his responses if he says anything, not PR friendly. Yeah, that's exactly why his voice will never be revealed. I will choose what I will only say his answer, and I'll also like, actually, yeah, I guess. Well, I'm gonna train him to not say anything that's not like PR friendly, but it has to be through text anyway. But yeah, you can ask questions here. And I can see your questions. For example, there's only one question right now. It's from Mono. What's your go-to grub when you're gassing off the grizzy? I wish I didn't read that. What a bad day to be literate. Since I'm new here, do I need to give you the annual chips tax? Buh. Buh. Yeah, buh is not a question. That is not a question. I'm sorry. But yes, this is the way the Q&A works. So we're going to do it, I think, with the YouTube Q&A feature. It's classic Apex question? I've never seen that before. Whoa. Hold on a second. So when I switch to questions... Did you see the chat go crazy on the screen? The chat didn't register, it turned on? Oh, well, I mean, I guess I can tell you guys to like refresh or something. What did you see before the chat went crazy on the screen? Was it like stuck? Looking good today, fish. Was that supposed to be a question? He said, oh, the chat. Alright, anyway, guys, I'm gonna end it here. I've got so much to do and I'm actually kind of stressed, so I'm gonna work on... I need to make my sister's lunch for school first. I need to do that first. First and foremost. Right, let's see who we're going to raid today. I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten since the cafe, and that was like at 2 p.m. And that was just like a little... That was half a pastry I ate. And half a tiny Bass cheesecake. I'm hungry. I want real food. Let's see. What are you gonna eat? I can't eat anything now because it's too late. It's already 1:30 in the morning. I can't make any noise. I looked, and apparently 3 times spice is only 13,200 Scoville heat units. Only. If you're making fish, this is dinner. How? She's asleep. How is she having dinner at 1:30 in the morning? I know I'm making her sandwiches for lunch tomorrow, and she's having like, I don't want the sandwiches she eats. Eat some raw noodles, like crispy dried noodles. Let's raid into... Let's raid into Como. I think she's graduating soon, so let's raid into her. Ow, I just bit my cheek. Oh yeah, we have less streams this week as well because I've got the meet and greets. Ah! Let me see if I can squeeze in Apex somehow this week. But it really depends on the weather. If it's too hot, I can't really play games. Or at least Apex is so intensive. Oh wait, can I not raid into her? She got raid set off. She does have bad sandwich taste. That's why I don't want to eat her, eat whatever. Thank you for staying on the grind like a true alpha. I want to try the new Apex update. I just haven't had the chance. I've been so busy. I think Como has raid turned off. Okay, let's raid into Aya. She's doing a POV stream. I don't know what her stream is, but let's raid into Aya. Okay, thank you guys for hanging out today. Sorry for the short stream. Sorry for no Apex. Unfortunately, it is too hot. I am sweating and I really need to get out of my room. It's like a sauna in here. I'm actually like sweating right now. Hopefully, let me see if I can do Apex another day this week. I really need to catch up with my work though. And I've got a meeting on Thursday, so that's why I can't stream on Thursday. So let me see what I can do. Yeah, I'll let you guys know. Alright everyone, it's time to finish this. On to Trigger!